Testing, testing, testing. There we are. Damn, Mike decided to shit the bed there. That was crazy. Okay, well, now that we got that rolling, I'll run some of the Streamlabs synthwave so we can get started, y'all. Let's roll back up, and you know what? Now we shout out, we send out the bat signal to all the homies. Okay, hold up. Oh my god, it's so loud. There we go. We got that shit in the background now. That shit was way too loud. Alright, what's up, homies? Last but not least, I just gotta share this bad boy. And we are golden. Once I send out the bat signal, we'll get a few more goons rolling around. Alright. Yo, here we go. Bat signal just went out. What is up, homies? Yo, it has been a minute since we were out live streaming. Okay, looks like audio is good to go. That's fucking sick. Visuals are a little bit weird though, not gonna lie. Seems like we're a tad bit laggy here. But I'm here to hang out with you guys. I'm just here to talk about stuff. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I've been basically been pain training on the job for a little while and had some spare time. I wanted to hang out with y'all, see what you had for me, and answer any questions I could, because I feel like I've been so absent on the channel recently, man. It's really sucked. Well, I hope you guys know I have been doing so much grinding for content. I now have a Theromax Corps server that is entirely for members only. And dude, I've been working on so many scripts in there, like so many scripts. It's been like absolutely unbelievable. Oh, that one sucks. So you guys are, I hope you guys are prepped for that. Like, one of the videos I was working on earlier is a Black Lantern Hal Jordan video for Black Lantern October. Dude, that's sounding so sick. Like, this video is starting to sound low-key pretty fire. Whew, DC Giorno hitting hard. That's what I need to do. I need to pull my damn headset over a little bit. That way it's actually picking up my voice a little bit. What's up, Godspeed Force? Yo, long form fan coming up. Drop W's in the chats for him and for and honestly just for the stream in general. If you guys want me to like watch something or do something along those lines, just let me know, guys. We can do some. I'm completely open to stuff right now. If you drop a super chat, it's gonna happen. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Yo, what's up, Ty? It's been a while since I had you. It's been too long, homie. It's been too long. I said, fuck it. I'm jumping on. I'm going to see who out of the Theromax Corps is up, and we're just going to make this shit happen. And this is a rare treat for you guys, because I typically keep my channel, like, super straightforward, like, super professional, super all that shit. And so me actually drinking and being a little bit lit on stream is kind of crazy. Not gonna lie, a little bit wild for y'all. This will be a rare one for you. Godspeed's been doing a lot of scaling on Quora. Well, Godspeed to yourself, bro, because you're gonna need it on there. Ooh, he's working on Superboy Prime. I'm actually working on a video involving that goon. I really am trying to keep to my like strictly my music content or like lantern content, because that's what I'm after, man. That's really what I want to do from this point on. And I've been working on all sorts of lantern videos, and believe it or not, that Prime video is a lantern video of all things. Not too often you see those two goons cross over with one another. Fuck that, I'm going this one. But I'm pretty excited, homies. I'm pretty excited. It's good to be back, hanging out with everyone on the channel, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, if anything, I miss this playlist a bunch, bro. You gotta love this action. You'll have to let me know how that chorus shit goes, man. You wanna buy every DC comic that are major events? Well, I think in one of my servers, in one of my paid subscription servers, I have just like major reference points and shit. I joke all the time that I have like a PhD in DC Comics. And I typically have all the right places to point people. I better edit that. There we go. That looks a little better, homies. Pull this back down. There's like Crisis on Infinite Earth, 0 Hour Infinite Crisis, Final Crisis, Justice League Dark, and Death Metal Facts. It seems like mainly you're looking after all like the God tier Crisis events, and that's some good shit, bro. Crisis events are like the most significant events throughout DC for the most part. Something that's like really weird, and I might honestly just like I might make a video down the way on events that should be considered as crises, because I think there's a bunch of events that are just as destructive, if not more than destructive, than even crisis events were. And for some reason, we just kind of like glance over that idea. I'm not entirely sure why we do, but it's something that consistently happens. Ooh. Fuck it, we're going 2 in. Let's see here. Ty's been grinding on some shorts, been working on a script for one giant video. Dude, honestly, that's something that I need to get back into, and I've been thinking about it with this Multiversus comic, because I started covering that recently, and holy shit, dude, I want to do shorts out of that Multiversus comic. Like, it's so insane. Just like the scaling and random bits of shit that we get inside that run, it's like low-key wild. There we are. Now we're in business, homies. Let's see what else you guys are chatting it up about. Let's see. Oh yes, I have moved, in fact. You're not wrong on that, Godspeed. Yo, Ty, you'll have to hit me up with what that giant video is. I'm curious to see what you're working on. But, yeah, no, I moved entirely. I'm in a brand new place than where I've been before. OG fans on the channel, like really ancient, and I'm talking like shit. If you've known me for like probably 4 to 5 years, then I'm actually back where I started. Weirdly enough, because the world loves to do weird things where we come full circle. Oh, Doom is the strongest person in Fortnite. That's kind of interesting. Doom's got some weird shit, bro, and with that's another video I gotta do sometime, is movie amps. Yo, movie amps are fucking canon in comics, man, and I'm telling you, Doom's movie amp is gonna be big. It's gonna be massive. So seeing him get like crazy shit in Fortnite and other crazy scaling like elsewhere inside of Marvel is not gonna be mind-blowing to me like whatsoever. Yo, Super Goat Tard just followed. God tier. Thanks for the sub, homie. Man, you guys don't even understand how much fucking Green Lantern I had been reading, dude. I've been reading so much Kyle Rayner in an attempt to read every single appearance of Kyle Rayner ever and scale him out. Because I talked to channel homie JobberGodot a while back, and we were talking about Gurren Lagann, or Simone from Gurren Lagann versus Kyle Rayner. And one of the things I really wanted to dig into is like the temporal shenanigans and the temporal hacks, because these idiots have like these time missiles that fly throughout all of time and blow up, right? And they attack you at every point in time throughout your entire time stream in an attempt to fuck you up before that point in time. And I'll admit, that was like a really frustrating hack. There's not too many anime hacks that like DC can't deal with, but I will admit, like reality blitzing missiles, like he just fires them at that point in time. That shit's like super annoying and super frustrating. So I've been reading everything to make sure I'm not missing anything, and I've actually come up with some really interesting metas. Kyle Rayner has some really interesting stuff. Like some really interesting stuff, in my opinion. Whenever it comes to like time shit and like dealing with time hacks. Also, say hello to the catter. This is Mystigan, by the way. And if you're wondering, yes, this is Mystigan, as in fairy tale Mystigan, because he's gray like the mist. Look at this cat. Look at this cat. How am I supposed to hate on this cat, man? Yo, Theromax Corps has animals, alright? And we got a lot of them, alright? That is just science. No, don't you be tearing up my shit. I also forgot to mention they're all shitters. Every one of the animals, so the Theromax Corps, they're all total shitters. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. Hold up, I gotta accept this shit, and then I'll pop back over. Okay, there we go. Ooh, Mystigan, you're getting likes in the section, boy. Let's go! Yo, Ty's a big fan of Mystigan over here. I'll drink one for Mystigan. Speaking of Simone or Simon, I'll be doing a Super Gurren Lagann versus Unicron. Okay, that'll be interesting. I know that there's some weird scaling inside Transformers. I used to have this homie, who I believe is still a YouTuber. I think we just disconnected over time. I used to know him as Man, but yeah, he used to cover a ton of Transformers stuff, dude. I just was never really that invested, not gonna lie. After Beast Wars, I said fuck that shit. I'm an OG Transformers fan, man. I like that content way back in the day, but nowadays, man. And I really don't want any of these, if I'm being real. I'm just gonna take this bad boy. What else you guys memeing on, man? Hit me with it. DC's been like fucking imploding on itself right now. And like, DC All-In has been like wild, boys. Like this whole All-In universe is pretty crazy. That might be something else I might just quick cover on the channel. Because it was kind of insane. The shit they're doing Darkseid is kind of next level. Reminds me of another video I gotta do at some point in time. And this will be like arguably, I think, the funniest video on my channel if I do it right. And actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna put this down in my Theromax Corps members server for another video. The only way for Darkseid to take a W is die. Yo, that's gonna be an actual video title that I make, I swear to God, boys. Yo, Ty's making a MonsterVerse Godzilla vid? That's sick, bro. Transformers Infinite Planes of Reality. I mean, that's cool, but I don't know if that's stacking higher dimensions. If so, that's pretty jacked. And is canon to My Little Pony, which is canon to Marvel. Oh, we're doing like the crossverse, we can connect reality memes. That's pretty funny. That's a tough one though, homie. But if they're canon, they're canon. It is what it is. I don't think they're owned by the same company though, are they? They're owned by the same company. I'd totally buy that. Dude, it's so funny. I've got like 2 videos on canons and canonicity and like the significance of those. And like I've really got to make them, dude, because I feel like I've got a really solid and a really strong, consistent opinion on like considering what things are like canon or not. And I've been like nuking people with those arguments recently in chat, and it's felt really good. Yo, he says, speaking of Darkseid, I'm assuming you're talking about like All-In. Did a whole scale for him. Superman is needed for the metaverse to exist as the concept of good. Darkseid is needed for the concept of evil. Or the concept of control, I think, is the way they described it inside like DC All-In. Here, let me just pull that up real quick. We were talking too much about it. I'm actually just gonna fucking flip this bad boy over here. Let's see. DC All-In special number 1. Let's fucking go, homies. Let's go. Okay, hold up. Where was it? Let's get past the dog shit story with the Justice League and get to the real shit with Darkseid, okay? Where Spectre starts fucking freaking the hell out. Okay, long ago when life was consolidated, so were you, but as life expanded, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, hold up, not this one. We gotta keep going. Where is this exact statement? I swore there was a scene where, like, Spectre explains it. Okay, I'm telling you, you need to listen, feel these words. Everything has a balance to it. Our reality may be complex and in many wondrous and terrifying ways, but it also a raw simplicity to it. At its core is life. Yo, think of the White Lantern scaling, just saying. A force that expands, multiplies against all odds, life emerges from the dark and races onward. It is hope. And if there's one thing who embodies that hope, it is that energy. It is him, Superman. But there's an opposing force to all of that. Control. Yeah, literally control is what it's described as. You are the source wall that holds it all back. Of course, it's metaphorical. It's not like a literal source wall. Yeah, I wouldn't say concept of good, hope, and then control, but I think we as humans put our lens upon that and cast it as good or evil, but good or evil inside at the level at which like they look at these things, or like these figures are looking at these things, it's all like almost entirely subjective to like existence, right? Because like control is required for existence to function. So people like Wally West and the Anti-Model died when Darkseid was taken out of the timeline. We got like Darkseid not being in the timeline is like fucked up, right? Like everything will fail, like pretty brutally, right? If you remove Darkseid from the timeline, you remove the concept of control, right? Hope is a good thing, but hope is just kind of out there. Also, oh god, we're going back to Comic Curator. Also, Comic Curator is still saying that Perpetua is something Darkseid made up, which is weird, as Perpetua is above Darkseid. Even said that the Great Darkness is a prize mine. Yeah, Comic Curator, look, I've got alcohol in me. I try to be really reserved on these streams. I'm gonna be real with you. That dude is developed a cult, I'm being honest, and he's the head of the cult. He's just pushing cult ideology, bro. There's nothing indicating Darkseid wet dreamed Perpetua, alright? That's just a weird coping mechanism that I don't know that people do out there. Like, you got me, man. But I'm a grown-ass man. I'm gonna let you guys know how it is. I'm just being real with you. That shit is not how it works. Because I'm an honest human being. Now hold up, I gotta fix this, boys. This is pissing me off. I don't like seeing multiple screens like this. What the fuck? Where's my screen capture at? Display capture, screen capture. Damn, where is this? There we go. Now we're finally golden on that. Okay, sorry, that was triggering the fuck out of me. And right now I can't handle that. Yo, let's see. Oh yeah, so back to the point. Comic curator, dude's lost in the sauce, okay? Like, I don't know what to say about the guy. Like, it is what it is. He's gonna say a lot of stupid shit, but the more you pay attention to him, the more you put money in his pocket. So, every time you talk about him, you're literally just being part of the problem. So, just learn not to watch his videos. Just saying. Low-key, something funny happened. You know Lonk's Takes? I got him to read my scale for a character. He's probably going to read it on stream this Friday. Yeah, that's pretty sick, Ty. I'm glad you're moving up in the world. Let's go! Theromax Corps making moves! Yo, that is something that I think that I have like a unique place for inside like the community in general. Is I may not have the most over-expanding like influence, like direct influence, like via my YouTube channel. But it is funny. It is funny that I feel like a lot of the people I work closely with, and a lot of the people who are just like homies of the channel, a lot of people will stop by, members of the Theromax Corps. Bro, these people are going places. Like it's fucking insane. Like the people inside my friends community, dude, I swear to God, they're going places. Like Jobber, man. Like Jobber's over here like fucking running death battle out here, bro. Like every time I look at that guy, the whole community looks up to him. Like it's genuinely insane. Ty's over here crushing shit, man. He's got Lonk's Takes looking at his content, man. I mean, in the whole community, Wally and I are like fucking legends for the shit we know about like DC. It's crazy, I guess. I guess it's kind of insane to think about how far the Theromax Corps has like come. Even outside of just like me being like the leader, like even just its individual members, bro. I feel like we've gone so far. Yo, also, does Zero Hour Hal Jordan still remain the strongest Green Lantern? No, because Zero Hour Hal Jordan was never a Green Lantern, okay? That man was just other shit, right? He had, like, the power of the Central Power Battery. He had Parallax's power. He had, like, all sorts of shit, you know? So, like, he is amped by crisis energies during the Zero Hour event. Like, it's just a lot. Godspeed Force says, everyone says I should make a YouTube channel talking about all sorts of shit. I just don't know where to begin. Well, that's, I didn't really know where to begin either. Just record a video. Take some time, learn how to do editing, and make videos, bro. It's as simple as that. It's a lot more tedious than it's anything else. So, it is what it is. This Cato is tuckered out. What are you doing, cat? The power scaling is super tightly wound. That's what I love about it. That's true. I don't think that's an unbelievable take by a long shot. That's something that kind of sucks in the community, just in general, is like everyone kind of has their own opinions and their own unique perspectives on how exactly like power scaling works. So it's kind of fun because you can kind of push things yourself, right? And push other people's like interpretations of what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable for scaling. And everyone kind of has a unique place where they set those things. And it's funny to me. It's so easy to choose, or like to find. It's so interesting to me to find out, like, and bump into all these other really famous YouTubers and stuff, and to see exactly like where they sit inside the spectrum of like low ball, mid ball, or high ball whenever it comes to scaling, and what they consider like a canon or not. Yo, what's up, Carlos Garcia? Glad to have you, bro. Yo, Lost Soul says cat power scaling when? Yo, you guys don't even want the cat power scaling. Yo, you'll have to wait and read my book whenever that comes out to get the cat power scaling, okay? Whew! Yo, late nights with Lumos going hard, boys. Yo, this DiSerono is slapping. But what do you guys want to talk about? Bring some stuff up. Yo, I got a bunch of people hanging out in chat. The more you guys talk in chat, the more I'll talk to you. Don't make me be quiet, bro, while I'll leave. I don't want to be doing that. Did I see the new death battle of Omni-Man versus Bardock? No, but like... So, if you guys are not in my Discord server, you need to stop what you're doing and join. Okay? You know what? Fuck it. I'm putting a link inside the chat now. Because I'm drunk enough to do that shit right now, okay? I don't be handing out this shit to everyone ever, so... Y'all better enjoy this bad boy while you can. Yo, this one... Fuck it. 50 uses. Nah, fuck it. 25 uses. Some idiot finds this shit. It is what it is. Tossing it in chat. Nope, that is inspect. That is not what I wanted. Oh, that's what we can talk about. That's a good one, Godspeed. Yo, if you're not in the Discord, jump in there. Because I'm always in there and I'm always talking to people. I talk on Discord a lot more than I'm actually, like, making content, okay? And anytime I'm making content, I'm typically in Discord talking while I'm editing. Because that shit takes so much fucking time. But I didn't watch it. But I talked to a ton of people about the new death battle. And... It seems really weird to me that people are like mind blown that Omni-Man won, especially considering like they used the douche scaling for like Omni-Man, okay? They didn't even give him any of the cross scaling to the other image characters that exist. Especially since he was fighting characters that directly scale to all these other figures. So it sucks that they lowballed Omni-Man, if I'm being real. Like, they did like this weird, crazy, like fully comp thing for one side, but not the other. Super strange. Hey, yo, it's channel homie JobberGodot jumping on. What's up, homie? How's it going? We're live, bro.
Yo, what's up, man? Can't let a drunk man stay here on his woes by himself. Look at that, get him in here.
Oh, I'm glad you did too, because I'm not gonna lie. You might help me keep me on track over here, because I might be losing it over here. We're gonna find out. Oh, no, honestly, I'm just responding to chat right now, so if you got some killer topics or anything, feel free to drop them, homie.
I basically just, uploaded the video version of my, like, stream. I made sure to do some edits, like, skim it down or whatever.
Hey, one second. I gotta turn you up over here. I feel like I can't hear you enough. I know if I can't hear you, these guys aren't gonna hear you.
Alright.
Okay, now hit me with it.
Yeah, I just like uploaded basically a video version of my stream, the Death Battle stream. I made sure to do some edits and at least skim it down a little bit, at least the best I can.
Just cut out the dead time and stuff?
Pretty much. It was mainly a combination of just the reaction of, you know, the recent Death Battle on Universe Bardock, and also, of course, the Joker versus JoJo prediction. And, like, I'm not gonna make a prediction. The predictions are in the stream. I just gave it out there, pretty much. So.
Alright, Jobber, I give you permission to drop in everyone chat inside your server.
Sure.
Yeah, just so they know you're here. I gotta get the homies in on this shit.
Let's get it.
But, yeah, bro, I hear that shit was going wild for you. This Omni-Man versus Homelander, or this Omni-Man versus Bardock shit was going wild on your YouTube, bro. You said you had like 100 people live streaming that.
Over 150.
150? Jesus, bro. I had like... Fuck, honestly, I don't even remember what I had for the Seth versus, the Seth Keemstar shit. Like, I had so many people on that, but that's fucking wild, bro. That's insane.
Yeah, like...
Yo, is Jobber the new fucking death battle, like, YouTuber? Is that what's happening? Jobber ditched JoJo's to be fucking death battle guy?
If Death Battle has Joker win, I will be the biggest Death Battle player out 100%.
He says, yo, as long as they're accurate, I don't give a fuck, bro. And I can respect that.
Yep, that is the way.
Yo, shout outs to the homie Jobber, man. Go subscribe to him if you guys haven't. He's been on the channel a bunch, so I know half of you motherfuckers probably already are. But yeah, no, this one was weird, dude. Obviously, I have some pretty strong opinions on it. I feel like I've kind of pushed those pretty hard, especially in the server recently. But it's weird. Not gonna lie, it's weird. seeing exactly where they placed things, at least from what I've heard. I've got to watch this damn death battle, bro. I swear to God.
I don't know. Maybe Lumos, you're probably gonna have the hardest take regarding that death battle, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You're probably gonna have the hardest take. Like just the hottest take of all time. You're like, nah, yeah, Bardock gets good. Like, damn, the Dragon Ball fans are gonna come at you.
Yeah, well, I'm used to that, and B, like half of Dragon Ball fans are just like literal vegetables with brains. Unfortunately, like I feel like sometimes the Dragon Ball fandom gets a bad rep because the loudest voices in their community are like brain dead, right? I mean, yeah. Drip being like a super huge prime example of that. So I think it's okay for Dragon Ball to lose matchups, and I think that that's something that the Dragon Ball community has to get over, okay? Bardock is not strong at all, okay? Like, in the context of Dragon Ball. He's just not. Just let it go. Like, who cares if a dude who's not powerful inside a verse loses? Like, I just don't understand that. It's so weird.
Yeah.
You know, just for Jobber, I'm gonna have to change the title of this fucking video, okay?
Oh my goodness! I swear, if don't change it to anything. Don't forget, please. Don't.
Yep, I'm changing the title right now.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, here we go. Drunk death battle matchups with JobberGodot. Yo, that's gonna bring a few people in, I ain't gonna lie.
There we go. The drunk death battle matchup.
That's okay. You're not drunk, so you're not the one who's got to take the heat for it. I'll take the heat for being on the channel, being awesome. Yo, video recommended. The shocking consequences of what happens at asking questions at night. Yeah, it's definitely not what I'm taking. Yeah, got you.
Yeah, you know, like, I mean, if it's really, really true, that Omni-Man wins, hey, man, more respect. Like, I'm just surprised.
To me, it's just weird that they choose to use a comp version of Bardock, but then don't even use canon, like everything inside. Like, I don't want to say comp, but everything inside even reasonable canon. Like, that's what bothers me, like, for Omni-Man. If you're gonna be consistent with whatever you consider, like, a character's canon that you're gonna have in a death battle, just make sure you apply that to both sides. I think I drew a very apt comparison whenever we were in chat earlier, whenever I said this felt like Link versus Cloud. Because in Link versus Cloud, they gave everything. They made a composite Link across every single game that he ever was, which is a bunch of different timelines across all of space and time. Gave him all of those weapons, and then said Cloud couldn't use summons or his big tier magic. And that sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Like, why would you limit one person so much and then give the other person, like, everything ever? It just feels like you kind of rigged it before it started, you know? It just kind of feels silly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I think I don't know, like, matchup, like, I kind of get it, but it's still a really weird one. It's like, how would you even go about Bardock? He has multiple different, like, kinicities or whatever. It's just
yeah. The idea of trying to composite, like, Bardock when he's basically just got a bunch of different, like, timelines he interacted in, you can't really throw those all together and make sense of them. But, like, hypothetically, even if you do that, hey, just grant everything possible or believable for, like, Omni-Man. Just be fair. I don't think it's crazy for people to ask for fairness whenever it comes to utilizing what is active inside people's canons. That just seems so weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what Death Bell was at least cooking there with. I don't know, just with the Bardock thing. I don't know, just. I'm not gonna lie, this probably might be a hot take, like, ooh, I'm not sure, maybe I preferred, like, Omni-Man versus, like, Rose Quartz or something like that. At least Rose is, like, a singular character with a singular timeline of events and not some multiple stuff that we had to, like...
Oh, that's another thing? Yo, I'm so happy you brought up Rose Quartz. Yo, this is gonna become a Steven Universe scaling channel, I forgot to tell everyone. Yo, I'm gonna start repping Steven Universe. You motherfuckers wait. You wait, bro. With this new Multiverses comic, I'm gonna start ravaging. I'm gonna start ravaging the scaling community with Steven Universe, boys. Yo, Multiverses Steven about to be jacked, boys. You guys don't even understand. Yo, Astard says Bardock smacks Omni-Man. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't think Omni-Man scales to the 4th dimension at all. So, sorry, boys, but Omni-Man and people inside Invincible have crossovers to people inside the rest of Image Comics.
I think he died, everyone.
Oh, no!
He died. Oh, my goodness. The alcohol poison got to him.
Yo, apparently my headset's on the wrong... Or my streaming shit's on the wrong whatchamacallit, but that's not the end of the world. But either way, yo, I had to call out someone. I had to call someone out. Astard in chat over here, he says Bardock smacks Omni-Man. Astard, don't live up to the last half of your name, because you clearly don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yo, look, all you people out here repping Bardock, I want you to think about something. There are canonical crossovers between characters inside Invincible and the rest of Image Comics, like Spawn. Okay? Spawn has easy 40 scaling. You can't deny that. That's lowball interpretation too, okay? That's just, it is what it is, right? Not to mention any of the other Image Comic characters who all have at least Universal Plus and beyond in terms of scaling. You don't believe that? Even if you think that's cope? Yo, some of these characters cross over with Marvel characters. Marvel characters. Okay?
That's big boy stuff.
Using crossovers to make characters is dumb. You want to know what else is dumb? Asked hard. Using a composite version of a character that isn't even the original canon of the character, but only giving the other character only one specific version of their scaling line. Like, feels kind of bad. Use actual canonical scaling and Bardock smokes. Yo, canonical scaling for Bardock is like, yo, the guy lost to Frieza. He lost to first form Frieza. Yo, asked hard. That's not the W you think it is, buddy.
Wait, Lumos, bro, like, when Frieza threw, like, that giant death ball at him, he didn't, like, immediately incinerate. Like, he could only incinerate, like, mid-process, okay?
You're right. He caught on the front of it, and it threw him into the planet before it blew up him and the planet at the same time. That's cool, but, like, scaling to first form Frieza is not a W, okay? First form Frieza is nowhere near as strong as his final form. And that's what you need to actually be at somewhere, anywhere near even the lowest ball interpretations for, like, characters in there. But hey, you don't have to believe me. I'm not an Invincible scaler or anything. You can go find somebody who's an actual Invincible scaler to look for scans and shit on that.
Yeah. I think what matters most is that Invincible is Steven Universe, Victor.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know about like them crossovers, boy. You consider them crossovers? Yeah, he's filet mignoning Steven, unless you consider crossovers for Steven. And if you consider crossovers for Steven, then guess what? Multiverses Steven's gonna beat the fuck out of him. Okay?
Yeah.
That's just how it's gonna be.
I want to see that death battle, just like how like both Invincible and Steven.
You wait, Steve. Yo, Jobber, you fucking wait until the end of this Multiverses run. I'm gonna make a Steven Universe power scaling video, and it's gonna be DC Steven Universe. That's all it's gonna be. Is I'm gonna rep Steven Universe via DC scaling. It's gonna be so fucking lit.
Good old DC Steven Universe. And if they somehow like, I swear to God, if that actually like ends up becoming canon to like real like the Steven Universe show, like the.
Yo, Adult Steven is about to get the best scaling in the world, bro. Adult Steven is fucking god tier. Also, asked hard, you said first form Frieza literally one-shot at Planet Vegeta, which has 10 times the gravity and stuff. Okay, he's large planet level. That's not That's not a W, okay? And Bardock didn't even scale to that because he fucking died there. So that was kind of a... That does not put him over characters from Invincible at all.
Imagine scaling to your own death.
Yeah, like it doesn't even make sense when you think about it.
So Lumos, if like, if I just like put you in like in the Big Bang and you like die, but like you survive for like a single like micro fraction second or whatever the fuck, does that mean you're universal now?
Yo, Relic survived the end of the multiverse for a little while. Does that mean he's he's like multiversal map and scaling? Yo, got him?
Got him. Wait, so if Diavolo is in a death loop and he survives infinite death,
Oh no!
Does that mean he's infinitely durable?
It's already happening. Yo, they announced another JoJo's death battle, and Jobber's already tweaking about the JoJo's fans, bro. I can fucking feel it. It's already happening.
Oh, I am. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. It sucks, man.
Tell me when Frieza destroyed large planet. Would Planet Vegeta not be large planet level?
It is large planet. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, he just said, "Tell me when Frieza actually destroyed large planet." Why, bro? How am I a better fucking Dragon Ball scaler than a lot of? I don't understand that, bro. I don't know. You fucking got me.
Like Planet Vegeta was it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they confirmed that that planet's bigger than Earth. So.
Yo, what's up, Zayrex? I don't know. People are fucking crazy, man. What's Jobber's preferred death battle for JoJo? That's a good ass question. Jobber, answer.
I'm a bit biased, but I'm just gonna say like, at least because this one's gonna become a death podcast, and hey, this is a pretty hyped by popular stuff, which is Toru/1review versus what was it, SCP-096. I think that's really cool and very different. That's what I would prefer for death battle for JoJo. I think it'll only happen when like Death Battle does SCP-682 versus like Doomsday. Which oh actually, Lumos, do you not? I'm pretty sure you don't like that matchup, right? Or you find it a little weird? I think.
Yeah, I think it's pretty stupid. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm like half drunk right now, so I'm gonna be a lot more real with you guys than I normally am. This is a little bit more a little bit on the wild side of Lumos, but I think it's like one of the dumbest matchups ever. It's like lol, they both adapt and evolve, except for like one guy has feats of doing shit on this extreme level always, and the other dude has like 3 showings of like actually being relevant. And then like 8 billion lowball showings.
Yeah, it's just like
yo, imagine if like somebody was throwing acid on Doomsday and it was like fucking Doomsday up. That would be low-key kind of insane.
Yeah, sure, they just throw acid. He's like, ah. There's even a time like where was it SCP-682 like he got pulled over by like the cops or something like a genuine anti-feed. I was like, what is this?
Dude, there's just so many anti-feeds. And you know what? I'm one of the bigger figures in the community who's like, hey, look, anti-feeds, maybe you shouldn't consider those. But I think at a certain point in time you have to look at things and be like, okay, if this person has more anti-feats than they have actual feats, then maybe we should start considering like the crazy feats that everyone jerks off is just like random meme moments versus like the consistent power level at which somebody's at, right? Like I wouldn't consider Kyle Rayner altering the source a consistent feat for Kyle Rayner. Like I'd be talking out my ass, right? But imagine if every conversation that I talked about Kyle Rayner and was repping him, I only used he altered the source in any conversation. Even if you were like, hey, yo, dude, on average, do you think Kyle Rayner could, like, fight Superman? And I was like, yeah, but one time, dude, he altered the source, so there's no way at any point in time that he could lose.
Like, what?
Like, that would be, like, the dumbest argument I could ever make.
People just don't, like, get it or understand. That's why I'd be, like, really looking at people sideways and be like, oh, yeah, bro, well, I think that, like, I don't know, Part 7 JoJo, like, cross-going faster than light, like, it's consistent. I'm like, no, it's fucking not. Everyone's, like, a bullet time in that part. Like, I can give you, like, 13 scans of these characters. They can't even move faster than a bullet. Their attacks can't move faster than a bullet. They get tagged all the time. Like, my bullets almost die by them. It's all the time. I was like, I'm not buying this, bro. Stop it. It's probably questions crossover, I don't know, ultimate or scaling with this many anti-feats.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, so many anti-feats deep, at a certain point in time, you have to acknowledge that maybe their base is anti-feats versus, like, high-end feats. And if you want to take scaling, where you only take their highest in interpretations, I do that, and I think that that's fair. But just keep in mind that sometimes you have to go, just like White Lane or Kai Rayner, sometimes you have to go backwards in time in order to make that character still exist. And I think that kills a lot of characters, in my opinion, but what would I know? I'm just a DC scaler.
Also, if Joker wins, man, I'll be so happy. Shit, man, I'll cook for the whole day.
Yo, Jobber is actively writing on the fact that he wants his favorite verse to lose this battle. That's low-key insane. Yo, you guys in the chat for this? Where's all the Jobber fans at right now? You guys should be like fucking rioting or something in the chat right now.
Bro, like, it's not that I want my verse to lose.
Where's all the Giorno fans at, bro? Where's all you dipshits out here saying, oh my god, bro, he fucking solos no matter what?
Man, fuck those GR fans, man.
Bro, I've been hanging around with Jobber long enough to know that, like, I don't know why, but, like, 95, and this is a 100% mathematically correct answer, 95% of people on, like, Giorno videos have no idea what they're talking about. I don't even read, Giorno or GER, like, seriously. I've stepped into, like, 8 conversations with people. I'm, like, humiliating people on my general knowledge of, like, GER. I don't understand why people don't take Jobber seriously on that shit.
Like, the GR fans, they're delusional. They're just, like, insane. Like, it's literally just Alien X Ben 10 fans, like, on steroids. I'm like, oh my goodness, bro. Like, please.
Oh, man.
Like, I don't know.
Ty says that, yo, oh my god, Jobber, get ready to get shell-shocked. Yo, Ty says the GER fans have died out mostly. Yo, educate this man.
Oh my. Dude, that is true. Because I've been trying to detox from JoJo and just do other things or whatever. If that's true, I'll be scared.
This man treats JoJo's like a fucking drug. He's like, bro, I'm detoxing from JoJo's, bro. I can't handle it.
I can't, bro. It's constant, bro.
You want to know what's sad? Yo, let's play the YouTuber, like, sadness game for a while. Yo, something that sucks about being, like, a YouTuber is you're exposed to, like, the worst sides of the community sometimes. Like, for any specific faction. Like, I've dealt with, like, the absolutely brain dead, has no ability to engage with anything meaningfully whatsoever, like Cosmic Armor Superman fans. And, like, you've got the Giorno fans, right? Like, there's parallels between those two things, and it's too fucking hilarious. Like, the parallels between them.
It's honestly insane. Like, there should be. Why is it Joker versus Giorno? It should be fucking. What was it? Ben 10 versus, like, Giorno. Throw, like, I don't know, GR and Alien X at each other. I want to see. That's something I want to see. I just want to point and laugh. Both Alien X, GR fan bases, like, head to head with each other. Who do y'all think would win?
Oh my god.
Actually,
Yo, not from a death battle perspective, but it's one of those, like, which fans are more ravenous kind of matchups. Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, I mean, I think I might.
Yo, you and me should make that video. You and me should make that video, and we'll make it in a debate format, okay? Alright? And then whenever we do it, you'll be like, oh yeah? Giorno plays Godspeed 469, and his comment says this, and it's like on a scale of 7 out of how stupid out of 10. And then I'd be like, oh yeah? Check it out. I got comic curator. Yo, I got comic curator comment for Darkseid dreamed up Perpetua because he doesn't understand why she exists. And we'll just go blow for blow like we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, bro. We'll see who has the bigger attack level once we're done.
I'll be like, you know what, that hacks you had for that character is cool and all, but I have a scan of this red user saying Gior has the power of infinite like I think I win. Like there's a possibility where like I win. So I think I'll take it.
Possibilities? Well, that's funny because I gotta scan the Superman Beyond is beyond all possibilities. Bro, I'm telling you, it would be like a Yu-Gi-Oh match where you chain a trap card and then I chain a trap card and then you chain a trap card. And we just keep that chain going for like 30 minutes.
Yep, it just keeps going.
God tier. Let's see what chat's up to over here. Yeah. Yeah, we got
true. That is true.
Big facts.
A single toxic Persona fan.
Isn't it funny sometimes how you can find communities that are like so ridiculously chill?
True. I don't even think I want to really go back to that JoJo stuff, man. I'd rather probably just be like, nah, I'm gonna go Persona. I'm good. At least they're chill. And they're not like brain dead. Also, brain rot too. I thought like when I deleted Twitter, I was like, okay, finally, or not Twitter, TikTok. I was like, yes, finally, no more like this random brain rot, power scaling JoJo brain rot. But on Twitter, I don't know. Some of these people have the most wildest JoJo takes on Twitter I've ever seen. It's a new form of brain rot. I'm like, okay then. I've got to avoid this.
Yeah, there's always those people, right? Like, no matter what you do, there's inevitably people who are gonna stand up and be like super stupid. And ruin the community for other people. Take for example, like Drip or like Comic Curator or like any of the notorious people who are just like super toxic and have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Like, it's just gonna happen, right? And those people attract a lot of fans and build like a cult-like following, and it's hard to like deprogram people from that experience. But like, what you gonna do? I mean, sometimes it's all you can do.
There's nothing you can do. It's just a constant. It's like, oh well, like oh my bro, I hate TF2. Oh my goodness, why did he had? Oh my goodness.
Pursuit in chat says Jobber's gonna make fat stacks off Joker vs. Giorno. You know what? That's probably gonna be the biggest fat stacks Jobber ever made that he regrets. Not gonna lie.
True. That is true. Like I can already see like the live stream, even the video let's say it goes along with it. It's just like I could I'd be like, man, so like can y'all like let me leave, please. I don't want to do this anymore.
Later time.
Yeah,
also, I've been asked to give my opinion on Liam that works with Death Battle. Fucking Liam is pretty lit, bro. Liam knows what the fuck he's talking about. At least whenever it comes to DC shit, he clearly knows. He clearly knows what the fuck he's talking about. So I would say my opinion of Liam is actually pretty high when it comes to DC. Because keep in mind, everyone has their fields of expertise and shit. I don't know if he sucks ass like outside that. He might.
And I think he's also because he also did, I think he did the JoJo skill for it was after JoJo's skill.
I mean that doesn't mean anything to me though. Was it like good JoJo scaling or?
It was actually really good, so good in fact. I was like, I remember when I reacted to it was like Dio versus Alucard. He actually not only did he scale Dio, he scaled Dio slightly higher than I did. I was like, he's using all this stuff I was like pretty sure. I was like, okay, all right, well, you know, damn. I was like, you know, and he got like, bro, Reddit was on his ass, bro. They all tried to jump him. Like, he's like, yo, Liam's the one. He's the reason why fucking Dio won. Dio should have lost. I was like, no, Liam's was fucking right. Like, Alucard's fucking done so. He gets swept. I don't know what you want. I was like, you know what? From that day on, I stood by Liam. I was like, yes. Imaginarily stood by it. It was like, yes, man. In my imagination. And
Oh yeah, I ain't got no beef with Liam, bro. Liam seemed like he knew what the hell he was talking about, and I can respect that. I'm not gonna lie. It's nice to see somebody like sitting on a death battle panel who clearly actually knows what the hell they're talking about. They're not arguing like the surface level bullshit that you see like so frequently on there where people are like, oh yeah, this character could blow up a fucking universe. And you're like, okay. Like, come on. Yo, I have random people on my server who can present better fucking arguments than this. Like, how is this the dude rolling up on a death battle fucking video? That's like mind blowing to me. So it's good to see Liam like fucking crushing people out there, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Also, it's good to see you on here, Pursuit. I think I've seen you around before. I think he's one of your community members, right? Pursuit? I'm pretty sure he's a big member.
He's also like, remember, if you look in your Discord server, Lumos, and Discord cosmology, he's anti-monetization.
Oh yeah.
That's his OC or original character or something.
Yeah, I can respect that.
He said, what was it? Pretty sure Liam a long time ago said, like, I don't know.
He once said I probably killed your favorite character. Yo. Actually, I think that was in the one we streamed about, who was it? Was it the live stream about Kyle versus Gurren Lagann? Where he argued with that one guy? The black dude?
Yeah. I think you mean, like, I think that was, what's his name again? DJ.
I don't remember his name.
DJ's name. Yeah,
you could probably tell me and I wouldn't even remember right now because I'm not going to lie, I'm borderline blitzing. I'm like halfway through this fucking bottle of Disaronno. But like, whatever it was, I'm pretty sure he said that around there because that sounds really familiar, not going to lie.
Yeah, he was definitely bringing us some heat.
That and after all, he killed Ben 10, so I mean, just saying, he probably killed most of these motherfuckers' favorite hero.
True. And also, what was it? I got just one thing, which was like, Liam, like, when he said, like, I don't know, Gio, like, Soul Schemon, that was like, not only was that, like, many years ago, it was like, what, 7? But, like, he said, like, himself that, like, what he said in the cast, like, he doesn't actually believe that. So,
oh, wow.
Basically, it's just the debate. Like, at least how you kind of, like, see, let's say, for example, Imagining Axis, right? When he's saying some really weird stuff about, like, DC, he's like, Lumos was getting more and more disappointed.
How could I not, bro? Like, I've respected Imaginary Axis so much, okay? I really value the work he does for DC. And if you look through his content on DC, I don't think he has any of the opinions that he had in that death battle. Weirdly enough, I think that like, he rolled in that death battle, and he, like, turned on the debate lord tactics. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't often accuse people of doing that shit. But if I'm being honest, he rolled in there, and he said, fuck this shit. I'm here to win. That's exactly what that shit felt like. And, like, I can respect that. Nobody wants to step into, like, a debate scenario, or, like, a scenario like a death battle cast where you're there to argue a case for something, and you don't perform well, right? And to be fair, the easiest way to attack DC is not engage with facts. It's just try to downplay everything you possibly can. So, like, I get the position he's in. It's just really unfortunate because it's not the best look to have, especially if you're known as a reputable DC guy. Like, it is what it is.
Pretty much just Night Pursuit, but like, yes, I don't know. Basically, I guess what we kind of prefer when it comes to those stuff about cast streams, it's like kind of like a genuine, honest conversation rather than just like, well, there shouldn't be a need to like you have to try to win or something like that. No, just have like a conversation. You can have one person on the other side represent their character, and the other side represent that character.
Actually, weirdly enough, I don't think that's what their goal is for those, though. I really don't. I think their goal is to bring attention to the battle. And that requires kind of like, they don't want to do debate, but they want to do the closest thing to debate. That way they can entice people for the death battle, right? Like hype them up on the death battle. The problem with that is sometimes it feels like they're hyping up a battle that like, if you actually know anything about the people involved, like it's kind of silly, right? Like imagine having like a weigh-in between like Darth Vader and an MMA fighter. Okay? Of course, for the press releases for the weigh-in, they're gonna be hyping this shit up. Yo, Vader's like fucking 90 pounds because he has no fucking arms and legs. This dude's gonna beat the fuck out of him, right? But we all know once they step in that ring, Darth Vader's gonna force choke the fuck out of him, and it's not even gonna really be a fight, right? Like, it's just kind of silly to consider this is an actual fight. But they seem to entertain that idea. I don't know whether it's just for views or like whatever it is like their goal is. Like, I get it, but it does sometimes feel kind of weird because like one side outclasses the other so ridiculously.
Basically, you're just saying it's like bait, right?
To a certain extent, yeah. Like, look, I'm a businessman. I understand how this shit goes. I have to create hooks for my videos too, right? And that's all I think that the Death Battle cast are hooks for the actual video. And I respect that. As a hustler, hey, you know, I can respect it. But I don't... That doesn't do service to like actually engaging with like the actual battle like whatsoever, because those Death Battle casts often leave it as like, oh, we can't make up our mind, man. Like Wiz and Boom are always like, man, I don't know, you both argued so well. And I'm like, bro, I actually watched the debate between the two. One guy murdered the other guy. You can't say this was an even match. Like the guy's carcass is still on the ground back there. We all saw him murder him.
Yep. It was bad.
Yeah, like, why are you trying to act like it's even when we can see that dude's dead body back there? Like, it's just so weird. And you know what? Lost Soul's right to a certain extent, if I'm being 100% honest. The goal is to beat Liam every time Liam's on a Death Battle cast. Because Liam consistently shows up, and he is the most informed person on that list. Because they either pull in a guest against him, which is like fucking suicide, okay? Or they pull in someone who's like a YouTuber who isn't as versed in arguing the specific points of the specific verse well enough that they're accustomed to. And like, imagine throwing somebody who doesn't know Ben 10 very well against me as a DC guy. Because I would consider someone like Liam to be maybe not 100% on par with like my argumentative structure, but at least in the same like ranges. Like, he still should be fucking around with this. He clearly has information that's at least around what I'm spitting, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Because that's so far beyond the average DC scaler, like most people don't even understand.
I just realized low-key though, like low-key being as a guest on Death by like a cast, right, to debate against Liam is like basically getting picked for one, like a random person, just getting picked for a reality TV. It's like one of those reality like shows where you're like, oh my god, you're just gonna win $1 million, but it's like rigged or something. Like, oh, you're not gonna win, bro. It was, you're not, bro. It's not gonna happen.
You know what? Yo, landing yourself on Death Battle is like winning the lottery. Anyone can do it, but the odds of it are so astronomically low, it's almost silly to consider you'd actually win, right? But due to probability, there is a chance you can win and compete and succeed. So I think that's like the crazy part. You know, one day I hope you find yourself on Death Battle. I'm not gonna lie. Because, like, out of anybody that I know, I think you've contributed the most towards, like, Death Battle in general. To me, it's kind of disservice to you from Death Battle because, like, I don't want to make, like, any crazy accusations or anything, but I feel like I feel like you have done nothing but contribute. No, hear me out. I feel like you've done nothing but contribute to Death Battle. Like, in general. I mean, look at the effort you've been putting in on this recent thing, bro.
I mean, yeah, like a lot of people put their efforts in, you know? But I get what you mean.
Hey, that's for sure. That's for sure, but I don't hear shit about you to the degree I hear shit about other people. And that's fair because, hey, look, not everyone's cool enough to be in the Theromax Corps. Like, I get that. But when I hear from other people about you and your actions in Death Battle, Yo, that's not just in my circles anymore. I'm hearing that from like fucking randos and shit, bro. You're moving Death Battle, okay? Like, I'm just being real. Like, there's no reason for the amount of effort that you've put into Death Battle that that they shouldn't call you up to be at least giving recommendations for shit like this news, like JoJo Death Battle. To me, that's fucking crazy they're not reaching out to you, considering how much you've platformed them and how much you've put out there into the community that I know that they've accessed, bro. Because you're like the biggest JoJo scaler that I'm aware of. There's a few other big boys for sure. But in my opinion, and from what I know, man, it feels like everybody's going to you for the actual scaling. That's all I'm saying.
For the last part, low key, that is low key. That is pretty low key, actually. I've been getting like, yo, Jobber, yo, hey, fact check this or something like this. Like, I need the scan or I need like some information, right? Basically, just need to just on GR. Hey, people have been posting like fake scans. I need to know about it, okay? So I know I need to be locked in. Like, I had this in like 3 times or something to people. But yeah, I get what you mean. I don't know. Maybe it could be a potentiality fight. I don't know. Actually, you know, crazy enough, like, I don't know. That's actually an evolution right there. Like, for example, like, when I made that, like, let's say Toru SCP-096, you know, the trailer, I can't believe that actually appeared on a Death Battle Awards show, you know? And when...
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. You're like out here... You're one of the biggest supporters of their community whenever it comes to just, like, YouTubers, right? That's not just, like, a reactionary, I'm gonna live stream their shit, right? Like, you're actually a member of the community who's contributing, right? There's, like, 1,000 people who just watch that shit on live stream and just move on. And, hey, to be fair, I'm one of those guys, right? But that's less of a contribution than what you're doing actively. And you know what? I would like to see Death Battle change and acknowledge that. I feel like they took a step towards that with Imaginary Axis. But that wasn't what I would consider Imaginary Axis's forte. Okay? JobberGodot, his forte is JoJo. Okay? If you go on there and you give the scaling for these characters... What the fuck are, like, no one's gonna question that shit in the community anymore. Besides, like, the crazy people everyone laughs at, right? They're, like, to me, it feels like a disservice to the community. Like, the Death Battle community. Not just your community, but the Death Battle community for them not to follow through. But that's just my opinion.
It's all interpretation, stuff like that. I mean, what was it? Pursuit, what was it? Pursuit, that was earlier in chat. Okay, so basically... There's like a bet. There's like, or not bet, like, I guess, like, if it actually happens, I would genuinely, like, give Pursuit, like, $10. Like, I'm like, okay, I can't believe this happened. Let's say, for example, Pursuit.
Yo, what the fuck?
Jobber, you could, Jobber, I can see you collabing with, I don't know, Nemesis Blood Art or something, another Australian, I guess, the fuck person. I don't really know that guy that much, but, like, I was like, listen, I don't think that's probably gonna happen. But if it does happen, I owe you, like, $10. I can't.
It wouldn't surprise me, Jobber. I really feel like you're going places with that stuff. I feel like one thing that you really succeed in where I don't is your social networking is so on point. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You could tolerate, I think, a lot more random, like, I'm trying to be generous with my words. You can tolerate a lot more, like, crazy people than I think I can. And you're very social about it. You go well out of your way to, like, push exactly what you're after, which is, like, these death battles and stuff, right? Like, with that trailer. And I just wish that Death Battle supported their community more that way. I guess, I don't know. It seems like it's a wasted opportunity with what they have. With such a strong connection that they have with other YouTubers, man.
I feel like they could, like, have, like, maybe, like, some... type of like video or maybe even a stream kind of just dedicated to some really awesome community made like stuff, not just like trails but like artwork and stuff. I don't know that before. That'd be pretty cool.
Actually, you know what? I agree with you. It would be really cool to see a Death Battle cast where they take suggestions from the fans as like an entire Death Battle cast and not one of those like oh, hey, this time on Death Battle Cast, we're just doing these battles, and we saw them in the community, so we're choosing them. No, be like, hey, yo, these guys said these, like, this is the battle that they're promoting, right? And we like this idea from this guy. Like, I mean, that's what it should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, true. I mean, they technically did do that, right, with the, oh, and I mean, I guess, yeah, they technically do it with the Kickstarter thing where, like, I mean, you had to pay, like, I think it was 1.5K or some crazy, no, 1.2K. Just to get you, I think, what was it, a pitch?
Well, that's fair, but, like, that's behind a paywall, right? Yeah. Live streams are a paywall that everyone can contribute to, because everybody contributes to their ads whenever they watch their content. So, if you have a Death Battle cast that's entirely fan-driven, all those fans who post those battles will show up to watch, and it'll create a perpetual system. I'm not saying you gotta do it every week or anything like that, but if they've done it before, that's dope. Why not consistently do it? Or maybe not even consistently do it every other month, or every 3 months, once a quarter, something along those lines. I think it would be really healthy for the community, especially if it's uplifting the major members of the community that are promoting these things and creating major, not rifts, but waves in the community, like you are with your Death Battle trailers.
Like, that'd be cool. I mean, is it likely, at least with the Kickstarter stuff? Probably not, but at least I still think another choice that they could do, and honestly, I feel like they should have done that from the start, is just like, well, I'm talking about, like, react to, like, really popular fan stuff. Like, you see, like, I'm talking about, like, you know, let's say art, probably not trailers, because usually, I guess, I mean, it makes sense, copyrighted music maybe, right? But just the artwork, highly upvoted on Reddit or something, that's chosen to be reacted to. Animations, right? Like, stuff like that. Just on stream, like, oh, like, I have a stream, like, dedicated to that. Like, maybe... I guess
between my YouTube... And I'm not that big of a YouTuber, don't get me wrong. So this may be something that's, like, exclusive to being, like, a smaller YouTuber. But to me, it just sucks that Death Battle has such a strong community. I'm a part of that community, okay? There's so much you can use there with the community and interact with the community in a positive way that it seems like you're hurting yourself by not doing that. And look, sometimes I am the biggest critic of Death Battle. I don't think that's really a secret. But I only ever critique Death Battle so it's better. Because I want something to be a little bit more reflective of us and the community in general. Yeah. So any change I'm recommending, it's because I want to succeed, especially since Death Battle is now no longer corporately aligned. Death Battle should literally be peak Death Battle from this moment on. And now that they don't have corporate backing, fan support is how we get there. So why not, with such a strong community, lean into that? To me, it feels like they're missing such a strong opportunity as a result.
Or they could probably be afraid that it might blow up in their face. It's probably something.
It probably... There's always an opportunity for something to blow up in your face. But with high risk comes high reward. There's an opportunity it'll blow up in your face. But there's also an opportunity that it could create an unbreakable bond between you and your community. And any business that has that lives forever. And I want that for Death Battle, because I appreciate the animations that they create.
Definitely go to with the sauce some of the animations. Like at least two of the biggest things for me, like for Death Battle, I guess most likely out there, was like the animation, also just at least the research. Like first it just became animation, well slightly research, right? But then it's like people like nah, I really deep value that research, I deep value the reasoning. I hope it's good. Right, like that kind of stuff. There's a lot of potential there. A lot.
I agree. As a member of the Death Battle community, I can't help but notice that it's there. I'm just saying tap into it. I tap into my fans a lot. Look, Theromax Corps is here for a reason, okay? I can't know everything. I don't expect everyone at Death Battle to know everything. But the community itself is so excited. So excited to be involved. And so excited to just have Death Battle around. The best way to engage with those people is to make sure that you're there and involved. Death Battle, I feel like, is so scared of its community sometimes. When I feel like they should really embrace it. I think that's, weirdly enough, Death Battle's strongest asset that they don't realize sometimes. Bro, I'm in the Death Battle community. By definition, it's God tier. One shot. Yep. Yo, let's see here. What do we got rolling in chat over here? Lumos, what are you planning to do when Kyle versus Simone comes out? Carlos, I was telling you earlier, homie, that I've been doing this huge ass thing. Jobber's in the server. I've got like 4 people in the server. Only Theromax Corps members are really in there. Yo, it's a full-on Kyle Rayner server, okay? It's every single appearance of Kyle Rayner. That's what I'm doing. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of shit in there. My goal is to make the ultimate video. And believe it or not, it's funny you ask that question, Carlos, because the dude working on that video with me is right here in this fucking server right now chatting. It's JobberGodot.
Hello.
This man's already seen the script.
I've already seen it. The script is like outerversal. It's crazy.
The script itself is outerversal. It's a fat boy, that's for sure. And I'm putting a lot of thought into exactly what I want to do with that whole thing. So trust me, I'll have a video out for that, and I'll do a live reaction. That much I can confirm. How long will the video be? I don't have a fucking clue how long that video is going to be, okay? The script is long as hell already, so I'm guessing probably 20 to 30 minutes. It's going to be one of them fat boys. Because not only do I have to explain basically all of DC cosmology, Jobber is going to explain all of Gurren Lagann cosmology, and then I'm going to fit Gurren Lagann cosmology inside of DC so you have an idea of where it's going to be. Okay? And then I want you guys to consider that Kyle Rayner scaling is still happening.
I think the biggest thing though, at least me and Lumos found out, at least people are really desperate for that Simone, like your guy. It's like there's like some new scaling meta.
Oh, Jobber, yeah, hit us with that shit, because that's like a whole new meta we're gonna have to discuss for that video.
Like, so basically, I seen one person have like, kind of like a blog, the Gurren Lagann cosmology, right? It's like a newer one, a newer version of it, right? And basically, this person's like, at least at bare minimum, they confirm, oh wait, Gurren Lagann has more than like the 11 mentioned. They have 20. Like, it seems kind of shaky, at least with the statement they gave, but sure, I'll take it. Okay, that's cool. But then, where the problems come in is, they basically say, oh, Gurren Lagann is outed for like reality over fiction. So they're like 9, like a 9 to like outed. I'm like, I don't know. Just reality over fiction, like equaling outers, like that type of like study. I personally, I don't like it. I think it's really cringe. You get like anybody to outer with that. Like, dude.
The thing to me is that that style of argumentation is fine. It's just most people often utilize it in very improper ways. And I haven't read any of the like Gurren Lagann light novels to define whether or not that's like legitimate, or whether it's just some asshole quoting Japanese light novels in a way that is just completely wrong. And I'm not a translator, so I don't know. Like, there's just like 8 layers of like checks I have to go through to verify any of that content. And until somebody I trust or like actually speaks Japanese in a way that's viable, I'm going to be a little hesitant to accept really insane scaling. I'm not going to lie.
Not to mention, it's like the whole scaling for the whole reality of fiction like Outer Gods, like based on like some verse about wiki technicality or something.
Yeah, I remember him even calling that out inside that thread. He was like, now due to technicality, I can technically...
Like, oh my god, like, dude, like, my low outer argument not only, like, makes more coherent sense than this, but it's just far simpler. Like, and I don't even, like, fully even agree with the low outer argument for JobberGodot at all. Like, bro, like, it's like the highball. Like, I wouldn't take it, but, like, it would change the fight at all.
I think to quote JobberGodot from an earlier conversation, that's the ultimate highball, okay? Yeah, that's not just the highball, it's the ultimate highball.
It's like... And even then, that ultimate highball, not only is that highball argument way better, this highball argument is way better than that reality fiction. I don't even know what the fuck they were talking about. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, I feel like you found the Giorno fans inside Gurren Lagann. That's what I feel like you've come across.
Maybe. Maybe.
Where they're just taking like the most ridiculously highball interpretation off of little information possible. But it is what it is, like whatever. You know, you're always gonna have those people out there, right?
Yep.
Every verse needs their comic curator, you know, they have their place.
It's like, it's crazy. I'm like, okay. I mean, I think what would be even crazier, that'd be like, oh my god, I feel like if like reality is real, if our brains are in a jar, if like, let's say me and you react to the death battle and they just basically just go about reality or fiction, this is why someone wins. I'm like, what the fuck? What's real? Kyle just...
I mean, that argument is so funny and like so meme, because like, it's cool if you want to use those arguments, but if I use those same arguments in DC, get ready to get shit on, kid. Like, you're not going to be pulling a W against DC with that logic if you apply it both ways. So, like, nice try, but, like, I'm older than, like, 13 whenever it comes to power scaling.
Lumos is the Clyde for DC, as Godspeed said in the chat.
What did he say, Lumos is the Clyde for DC?
Yeah, give it the Clyde.
I ain't gonna sit here and tell you I'm crazy knowledgeable on Clyde, but what I can tell you is I know what the fuck I'm talking about whenever it comes to DC. So if Clyde knows what the fuck he's talking about, then hell yeah, in the Clyde of DC.
Let's go. Also, like...
That's the thing I'm after, bro. I just want the truth.
Hey, actually, I got a question for you, Lumos. Speaking about Clyde, when it comes to, like, Naruto and, like, Bleach, right? So, okay... There's universal arguments for Bleach, correct? Right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like in the Hell movie, like Ichigo literally blows up the chains of hell. Even if you think that that's a universal structure, like he threatens all of hell as a result. So, like, there's no way.
And like, there's unique arguments for Naruto, right? Alright, I was about to, well, I guess I know your answer. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm about to ask you, like, which do you think is more solid? I'm not in, like, the know, like, I don't really know. Yep.
Universal shit. If you're a Noodles guy, you'll probably argue that you think a non-canon movie is actually canon because Kishimoto worked on it, and infinite Tsukuyomis create entire universes. I'm not on board with that. I think that's like fucking Cope Town 3000. But yeah, I would accept it as the highest ball interpretation with a grain of salt, yeah.
Okay. That means if Death Battle does, was it Naruto Ichigo again? Because but I don't think they will, obviously. But they do.
Yeah.
It means Ichigo to win.
The Bleach shit is like super blatant. There's, in my opinion, there's no way you don't think that the Bleach shit is like blatant. Yamamoto was said to be capable. Keep in mind, I'm not even a Bleach scaler, and I fucking know this shit. Okay, Yamamoto was stated as having, I think, unleashed his Bankai. Or no, just unleashing his Shikai, and was threatening the entire existence they were in, so that's bare minimum universal. He's super strong, but he's not even the strongest character that rolls up in verse. So, yeah, characters create time spaces too, on a far larger scale than just like provably a star system, like with Kaguya stuff. And you also don't have like different canon interpretations and shit for that. So like no matter how you look at it, it's super blatant in Bleach, in my opinion.
Okay.
So if like those two fought, as much as I like Naruto, as of now, I definitely would side with Bleach guy. But keep in mind that Naruto series is still ongoing, unlike Bleach guy. So it's not inconceivable that, like, by the end of Boruto, that Naruto will be capable of, like, overcoming him. Because, like, the characters we're talking about now, what the fuck is that idiot's name? There's a new Otsutsuki who is referenced to have been capable of moving to a higher dimension. If we start messing around with those characters later on, especially with Naruto, dude, Naruto might actually be in a position to very safely, like, one-shot. So, just depends.
Okay. It's good to know, at least.
The thing that sucks about Bleach is it's capped. Naruto is not capped yet. And depending on when they do that death battle, that could mean a lot, right? Because if they do that death battle 5 years from now, and Naruto has come back and has fought other Otsutsuki members, and these guys have all been stated as more powerful than anyone he's fought before, or he fights the guy who literally transcended to a higher dimension, this will be a whole different story. So it really does depend.
Okay.
Also, it's crazy good to have you on, Jobber. It's been a while since we've streamed together, bro. I'm a big fan.
And I'm a big fan, too.
Yo, we are at the point I can't feel my face anymore. That's where we're at on the drinking scale, boys. Let's fucking go.
Jesus. Actually, okay.
I'm still pretty rational for not being able to feel my face.
What if Death Battle kind of just feeds Yusuke Urameshi to, like, Ichigo? Like, they just throw Ichigo up against Yusuke Urameshi.
I don't know about that. I think I'd have to do some digging. I think I would really, if I was to do that battle, I would really like to dig into, like, the layering of hell and, like, the demon realm, because I feel like Lumos liver training arc. You're not wrong, Lost Soul. I feel like the layers in the demon realm should be pretty wild, but I'd have to check absolute card text on them to be legitimate. If there really is multiple layers in hell and they dimensionally stack upon one another, then at that point in time we should probably see Yu Yu Hakusho shitting on Bleach characters pretty safely. If it does not, then like Bleach characters very safely shitting on Yu Yu Hakusho. It would just depend. I'd have to like really go back and look through those things, not gonna lie.
Okay. Well, maybe should Yusuke be faster? I wonder.
They're both faster than Light super safely. Given power scaling mechanics throughout the verse and power creep, I don't think it's too irrational to think that they're around one another. Maybe via moving in between dimensions, you might be able to argue, especially with like the Hakai barrier and moving through like the deeper layers of hell. You might be able to like get YuYu Hakusho characters a little bit faster, but I'd have to double check on that stuff. That's all like, I feel like that's like real high-end interpretations that I haven't taken scans for to be 100 with, that I'd have to like kind of hash out the truth on. Something that sucks as like a DC scaler is I spend so much time on DC shit, but I don't take scans for like fucking anything else. Okay? So I'll remember stuff, and I'll admit, I am a flawed human. Sometimes I remember things wrong. So unless I'm taking scans for it, I'm very open to being like wrong on my interpretation. This is why anytime on the channel I give a DC opinion, it is like locked in fucking stone, because I know I have every scan to be able to represent what I'm saying. But things outside of that, I'll give you like, hey, I remember this, but like, let's research it before we make a definitive opinion.
Okay.
There are things that I remember that I think are worth researching that other people discount, but I wouldn't like, I wouldn't hold that to like gospel until I 100% did that research. Because at the end of the day, anytime you do any stuff like this, the research and the time that goes into it is far more important than anything you could get from memory. Because memory is the worst thing you can trust unless you have gone over it multiple times.
Yep. That kind of makes me wonder, actually, is when it comes to like things that Bell should delve into, because I know, what was that? Master Chief versus Doom Guy is literally the...
Who in the fuck wants that? Who in the fuck wants that, bro? Like, that is the biggest ass-kicking known to man. Look, I'm the biggest fucking Halo fan you'll come across, alright? Like, look, there are very few Halo fans, barring, like, the biggest fucking YouTubers that exist out there, okay? I fucking love Halo. How in the hell am I supposed to convince someone that Master Chief is fighting Doomslayer?
Well, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna admit it to stuff, but what I'm more interested
Well, they should, because it's a fucking ass-kicking, bro. Like,
probably...
the most you can argue is, like, Chief fought Didact, and you think Didact scales to, like, the 11th dimension inside their cosmology. There's, like, 8 layers of cope there. I'm not gonna lie. That go into that. It's just not happening, man. Chief doesn't scale to any of the really crazy high-end shit from back in the day in the Halo timeline. Like, I don't understand the arguments there. It's such a silly matchup. You know how we were talking earlier about, like, them hyping up matchups in the Death Battle cast for a death battle? But, like, it just being an ass-kicking, so, like, why are we hyping it up? I feel like that's one of those battles where it's like, okay, honestly, why are we having a conversation about Master Chief versus Doomslayer when we should be having a conversation about Doomslayer versus Kratos? Because
Master Chief.
Because at least those two characters are like doing shit. Master Chief isn't fighting conceptual gods and shit. He's fighting people who have technology that's extremely powerful. Like, don't get me wrong, like the Forerunners, and even like the Didax forces, right? Who are just like basically digital Forerunners converted, or humans converted into like those things. But like, that's not on the same tier as like the Halo ring technology or anything along those lines. We're just so far removed from this being believable outside of thematics. And dude, I think we had that conversation earlier. Maybe it was you, or maybe it was like someone else, where I was like, the thing that sucks about Death Battle is it feels as they focus so much on thematics that they've lost like the idea of just doing death battles for like the fun factor of like death battles. Like, fuck it, these two guys are just crazy as hell. Let's see what happens when they throw down on one another. Like Doomslayer, who fights really powerful demons, and like Kratos, who fights really powerful gods. Like, fuck it, let's just see what happens. They don't have to be thematically matching in every single way for you to have like a really cool death battle.
Yeah. I I think what's gonna be me personally, right? Actually, wait. What if Death Battle like just says like Chief's outer because the crossover scaling for Destiny? Remember that?
That's fair, but okay, I might be talking out of place here, but I feel like we could make that argument for like PlayStation All Stars, couldn't we?
Yep. Just interesting if people. I do wonder what the bot. I mean, I think Master Chief, like genuinely though, I think he's just an under-researched character. I'm curious to see where they put him at, because I'm just curious. Like,
I'm gonna be real with you. The most highball interpretation you could possibly take whenever it comes to him, and to be fair, I haven't read absolutely everything inside the Halo verse, but I've read a fuck ton. I have a whole server that's literally dedicated to Halo scaling, and the most you could possibly get is that Chief scales to the Didact and Didact technology. Didact technology is the same shit they had in the Forerunner Human War era, as well as the Forerunner Flood era. That shit was pretty god tier. But the problem is the basic weaponry they have is not on the levels of the high-end technology like the Forerunner rings that were capable of affecting everything in existence, which would include everything up to hyperspaces that the ships travel through whenever it comes to their subspace travel, or slipspace travel. That's what it's called, not subspace, slipspace. So like, it's just weird to me to try and make the argument that Chief is on the level of like higher dimensional beings when he's using an MA5B assault rifle. Just being real with you boys, the MA5B assault rifle isn't that strong.
Some people think it is. Some people think it is.
Yeah, and some people think Cosmic Armor Superman's the strongest character in fiction. It's okay to be stupid, alright? Like, we just... Sometimes time moves on, right? And you have to change with the times in order to adapt with the current meta, alright?
Time moves.
Time only moves forward, and unfortunately, too many people think time only moves within the favorite story that they remember. And unfortunately, that's not how it works, homies. But you're in the Theromax Corps, so you know that, because you're not an idiot. That's why you're here. See, proven. Your Lost Souls, is it weird that sometimes I prefer the analysis of Death Battle over the fight? Yeah, that is pretty weird. I don't think I've ever heard another human being make that comment. One thing I will say is I typically prefer the fight over the analysis, but I'm gonna be real with you. I only do that whenever it's a 2D fight, not a 3D, because the 3D fights are never up to par in my opinion. No hate on the animators or anyone who is a part of that. I just definitely have a taste and prefer the 2D battles. I think they're just way better.
Hey, I mean, maybe it's the only thing that's good, but hey, Giorno's, it's a 2D battle, so...
Hell yeah, based. You can do so much more with 2D battles than you can do 3D battles. 3D battles, I don't think we're at a point in time where the technology is there affordably to make 3D battles look like anything besides people controlling puppets. That's what it feels like to me. Is they're just like there's a puppeteer controlling the characters, because they still feel so stiff. Like someone's controlling every bone in their body or every muscle in their body, instead of how it actually would flow if a human was moving.
We used to do mocap actually. What was it for I think Dante was Bayonetta, the Sandburst. That's why actually those ones are the most popular ones, so there's everyone's favorites.
I mean, that's fair. I don't know if I can speak to that, but Superman versus Goku, not a fan of that animation. I think it's an interesting death battle and their interpretation on it, but I don't like the 2D, or I don't like the 3D animation. It just looks or Doomsday versus Hulk. They almost look fake doing the actions that they do. I don't know why, but you look at that and then you look at the 2D animation, and fuck dude, there's so much you can do with it. It looks so clean. Every fight they have in 2D is just so god tier. Maybe it's just the art form of 2D sprite animations have come so far versus 3D animation, which isn't the newest art form, but it's still a newer art form. It feels like the to me, it feels like the 2D animation is just so much stronger and so much more impactful. Like the Guts versus Nightmare battle is one of my favorite death battles of all time. Not because it had the most explosions, not because they did like anything insane or they blew up the universe or anything like that. No, it was just a very canonical matchup between two separate figures where it didn't feel like the 3D animation limited the expression of their skill set and their character, which is what I value most about Death Battle. Is those death battles where they set up an awesome setting and the animation can be reflective of how ridiculous the characters are versus being limited to 3D assets. But that's just my interpretation. I know a lot of people really like the 3D animations, and I don't want to say that they're like dog shit or bad or anything along those lines. I just think the format of Death Battle culminates at its absolute best whenever it is 2D animation.
2D, we'll keep it cooking. I mean, what was your... I thought you really liked what was it, Bill Side vs. Discord, huh?
Hell yeah, I did. That shit was fucking awesome, dude. The animation on that was changing as they went along, which makes sense for the characters because they exist through a variety of formats where their art is all different. Not only does that respect the characters, but it respects the death battle as well. I think it's an awesome balance to be had where you're not really... 3D battles oftentimes are awesome because they feel a lot more realistic and grounded. But from a certain perspective, in my opinion, I feel like that's the opposite approach you should be taking whenever it comes to like superhero matchups or like really powerful matchups. These should be ridiculous and crazy. Dude, look at these guys. Like, they're superheroes, right? Super is literally in the fucking name.
Nope. Where's the Sentry? Is it still there? No, it's not.
Oh, well, bless you. Let's catch back up with Chad over here. Oh my god, bro. I'm losing it over here. If I black out on stream, let me know. Yo. I'm gonna need that blacked out roll here real quick, okay? Yo, is it weird that sometimes I prefer the analysis over... Oh, I already read that one. Honestly, it's just one of those legacy matchups. Everyone knows who's gonna kick the ass. They just want to see who's gonna make better take on things. I just want to see a big GER pose, to be honest.
I want to see an epic GER pose. Like,
okay, you know what? This will actually be super interesting, okay? I'm gonna leave this one to Jobber, because I know Jobber can run the channel for just a minute, okay? Yo, for the next matchup, if you were to do the animation for Giorno versus Joker, how would you have that fight thematically go down? And the reason why I asked this, just so everyone who's watching has like context to what's going on, Jobber always hypes me up that my narrative battles are fucking awesome, okay? Because I'm a really talented writer. Okay, so now I'm flipping this on Jobber. Jobber, hit me with it, homie. Hit me with it, alright? How would you have Giorno and Joker throw down?
Okay, so I think thematically how they should like throw down here. So how they would throw down. Okay, canonically, thematically, it should take place in Giorno's palace. Now, palace and persona is a person's distorted desires, right? They're there to take the person's heart, essentially. And persona, keep in mind, personas and JoJo's, they're very, very similar. Persona is basically just a knockoff JoJo's. Like, if I'm being real, it really is. Okay? So, basically, the reason why Joker would be after Giorno is because when it comes to Joker and his gang, taking people's hearts, it's only the hearts of the wicked, essentially, like corporate businessmen and all that type of stuff. And Giorno's a pretty good example. Now, I know you might think that sounds weird, but at least from an outside, like, out of context perspective, Giorno's a mafioso. He's in the mafia, like, in Italy, doing crime shit. Of course, like, Joker's gonna view him as, like, a bad person, right? So he's gonna want to go inside and Junior's heart. And so when he fights Joker, or Giorno, inside his palace, you're basically getting the same Giorno. He's gonna summon his stand, like, we'll experience to have the same things as in reality, right? And I think that's where the fight should like begin thematically. And one thing I will give Giorno, right, is Joker, he pretty much has everything, right? But one thing Giorno does have is that his stand goal experience, it's very versatile, at least with his life creation. And Giorno is so unfathomably smart. It's actually insane, okay? That's one thing he does actually take over Joker, actually. That battle IQ is his battle IQ is nuts, right? And I imagine Joker would be throwing like just random ass personas at him just for fun, right? And then realizing, yo, this guy's like really fucking smart. Like he's just coming up with these bizarre counters towards them, right? With his life creation and stuff. And it gets to a point where I can imagine that Giorno would be outsmarting Joker so much, he's like, okay, enough. I'm gonna have to lock this. I'm just gonna lock this guy down. Okay, I'm just gonna completely shut him down. Basically, throw like a freezing persona at Giorno, rendering all of his life like capabilities, which will experience useless, and then that would force let's say Giorno to stab himself with the arrow. GR comes out, and I'd imagine that, let's say Joker, keep in mind, there hasn't been a reason for him to really push himself like physically, so he's kind of just like, he's not trying to kill Giorno here. He's just trying to change his heart, like in his palace. He goes in for a strike, trying to get like, let's say Laverte's here. He's like, oh, that's interesting. And there's so many ways this could end, but let's just go with like the death battle way, right? So let's just say, I don't know, like all of a sudden when Joker gets reverted to 0, like he gets pummeled by like GR, and then he gets like sent to death loop, and then like let's say he has a couple deaths, and he's like, yo, this shit's not fucking real, okay? And he literally fucking willpowers his way out of the death loop and summons his biggest and most powerful persona. I think it's Sentinile. And then there's a giant hulking fucking persona towering over.
Okay, hold up. How is this not a video on your channel? What the fuck? Bro, this man has put like 10 years worth of thought in this shit. Holy fuck. This man, yo, why is this not a video on your channel, Jobber? What the fuck, bro? You put so much thought into this?
A lot of people have a similar idea.
Yo, when does Jobber's prediction of this death battle upload? That's the question.
That's true, but to finish it, imagine that Giorno's just crumbling over the sheer power of like Joker's most powerful persona, Sentinile, and then Sentinile shoots it's a giant ass fucking bullet at like Giorno and GR. Like GR goes to revert it, only to there's like some glitch effect or whatever, and the bullet, it just doesn't carry. It's just still moving. It's not getting reverted. And then let's say, and the thing is, I saw some bring up like GR would then revert Giorno to somewhere else, so that GR would try to grab the bullet, but instead it would just GR would get fucking splattered, and then so would like Giorno, right? And that's kind of how I imagine it ended. And I don't know, Joker does like a cool pose or something, like haha, I don't know, but that's kind of at least the general idea of how the fight should go, like, from that. I mean, I guess Joker wouldn't lose.
What's up, Pupper?
But I don't know, it's death battle. But at the end of the day, like,
it's death battle. Someone's gotta fucking die. That's just how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, but in reality, like Joker, or was it Giorno wouldn't have killed? What was it like? Let's say the bullet lands next to GR. Like GR's like, okay, I'm in defeat. You're like, yeah, all right. And then I don't know. What was it? Giorno's heart changes. Joker changes Giorno's heart. And Joker, I don't know, Giorno becomes a better person. That's like I guess more canonical, not death.
Yo, the dog's making it on the channel, and they just rolled up and started attacking me, so, yo, what's up, everyone? Beat Arlo and Urza. Also, HQ says Lloyd the Green Ninja versus Accelerons from Hot Wheels. Yo, I have no fucking clue who either of those factions are, Lloyd. Sorry, bro. Definitely a dank battle, though, Jobber, man. I'm telling you, you need to do that shit on the channel, bro.
Maybe. I'm putting my faith in. I just got blunt. I'm putting my faith in. I'm putting my faith in Liam to not only like just make Joker. No, just
and Liam, we trust. So that's what Jobber said.
I'm just thinking like, please, Liam, please. Like you're on a winning streak right now with these JoJo like takes on Death Battle, at least canonically speaking. So please let Joker win. And also, I know he's probably gonna be writing some of that script for the fight too. So please also cook on that script as well, like the fight animation script.
Yeah, that's crazy. Jobber said cook, and by cook I mean use my script.
Yeah, true.
Yes, Loki crazy. Yes, Loki crazy.
You're just gonna like in the animation in the background, you're just gonna see like a little memento of me, just like maybe a little plush here, maybe just even the Godot visor, bro. Like, oh, that's me.
All right, Jobber. Yeah, Jobber. Yeah,
What's up?
Jobber. I am hitting like rock bottom, homie. I am drunk as fuck. Ask me questions, bro. What you got for me? It's your chance to ask me questions that I would never normally answer. Okay. Hit me with questions. Yo, if you're in chat, ask me questions you've always wanted to ask. I am like, bro, this DC Roan, I'm hitting the end of this shit, bro, and I am feeling it, okay? If you wanted an answer to a question that's probably not going to be answered correctly, now is the time. Now is the time for you to ask me that question.
Alright, if there's a rematch, who would win? Ben 10 or Hal Jordan?
Hal Jordan is fucking annihilating Ben 10, okay? Look, all these fucking Ben 10 fans keep, like, arguing, like, the dumbest shit, okay? Like, look. I grant your verse is 26D. The logic required to get your verse to 26D is bullshit. But, hey, I'm a generous guy, okay? I'm gonna accept that scaling. Hal Jordan is tampering with concepts that literally have outerversal scaling. Like, you cannot argue they don't, okay? They're literally fighting concepts beyond time and space, which includes an infinite amount of dimensions. Hal Jordan is fucking up Ben 10 right now. And I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, Lumos. But Lumos, oh my god, Lumos. Ben 10 can control all of reality. And it's like, okay, that's cool. Alright, you think all of reality in Ben 10 is impressive? Right now, Hal Jordan is fighting people who have stabs empowered by the fucking source itself, okay? If I'm being anything genuine, anything at all genuine, to like DC scaling, him even looking at the source and being able to comprehend it is a better feat than anything we saw inside of Alien X's entire history.
Dang.
How are people still repping Ben 10 over Hal Jordan? You people are fucking insane, okay? I'm gonna be real with you. If you're still doing that, if you're still repping Ben over Hal in this current moment, stop it. Go get help.
Man. It's the casuals. Like,
You know what? I expect that from casuals, okay? I'll grant a certain level of leeway to casuals, if I'm being honest. But, like, I cannot grant that level of consideration to people who are not. And that's what pisses me off, is there are people who are major scalers in the community, and they somehow get away with just saying Ben 10 one-shots. I could not imagine having the balls of saying that I believe my character scales over another dude without ever genuinely reading their content, because that would sound like an idiot. So that's why I don't do that, okay? I have no idea how these people talk about these massive verses like Marvel and DC and try to downplay them after reading 5 comics. It's like impressively stupid.
they go.
People who talk about shit and have genuinely no clue about like the metas that are used within like that scale, like that specific content, it's just mind blowing to me that people feel so confident to say like some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard when they've never genuinely engaged with the content outside of like quotes.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty darn damn shame. Like,
Imagine if I was scaling JoJo, I have to scale them to, what is it, Mach 2?
Mach
Because of that
2.4.
one statement. I never read JoJo's, but I only read the statement where they said Mach 2.4.
That shit's funny as fuck, bro. Like, people try to, like, use that all the time. I'm like, bro, like, what is with y'all?
I have an argument. Mach 2.4 is better.
Mm-hmm. Can't believe it.
Based on what we understand about physics, guess what? I have to make that argument.
Wait, what about... Okay, what if Deadpool does, like, Hal Jordan versus, like, Richard Rider or Nova? Like, who you got?
I'll admit, I haven't really read the Marvel seriously since 2015. Ever since Secret Wars, I really valued Secret Wars for Marvel scaling, and then things just kind of shit the bed after that. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think Nova's done shit, if I'm being honest, to compare it to Hal Jordan.
Okay.
Oh my god. Yo, I'm about to trigger Godspeed Force in chat. This man just asked me Lumos Superman versus Game Sonic. Yo, Godspeed Force, I know you have really strong opinions on Sonic, if memory serves right. Or maybe it's a friend of yours that does. I can't remember right now because I'm wasted out of my mind. But one thing I will tell you is that Superman beats the ever-loving dog shit out of Game Sonic. And also every other version of Sonic you bring to the table. I'm not gonna lie, he's gonna shit on all of them. Godspeed Force asks, yo, does the emotional spectrum scale above the source wall? There is a reservoir of emotional energy, the true form emotional spectrum that exists past the source wall. Kyle had to move through it in order to deliver that, so yes, you are correct about that. The concept of the emotional spectrum as a whole does, but the emotional entities individually do not. Something to consider. Yo, how in the fuck am I this wasted and you guys can't think of questions to ask me? What is happening right now? Yo, which is better, pizza soup or chocolate chip cereal bar? The only soup that's good soup is ramen, so fuck that shit. I'm going with chocolate chip cereal bar. That's just science.
Lumos, if Death Battle does Invincible versus Steven Universe, how do you think they'll handle it? Who do you think will win? What you got, man?
Invincible versus Steven Universe. So if I take the interpretation that Steven has the power that is indicative of your scaling of the gems firing an energy blast towards Earth and rose quartz deflecting that blast. If I take that beat as seriously, I think you count at the solar system, right?
Yeah.
If I take that, that's really strong. If I take crossover scaling, Steven shits on, really fucking hard, unbelievably hard. So yeah, it is what it is. The solar system shit should also... That should mean that nothing that Invincible could do should be able to get through a shield, which means Steven should be able to basically just defend against any attack that, Invincible throws. Assuming you don't do crossover scaling for them. Cause fuck, dude, you might be able... If you do Marvel scaling... Fuck, I'd have to do this sober. But if I did Marvel scaling and I took that shit seriously, I'd be curious to see. But I think that modern day DC scaling should outscale the fuck out of post-crisis.
I think also,
or not post-crisis, the characters from Marvel in the 90s. It should scale beyond that, or 2000s. Very definitively.
Alright. I mean, I just realized, if Steven has, let's say, the strength advantage, and most likely the speed advantage as well, over, Mark, I don't think there's anything stopping Steven from just putting Invincible in a bubble. What is he gonna do? He can't break out of it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yo, he believes that Sonic has a good chance against Superman.
Ooh.
That's fair. His fastest feet was capable of moving in the 6th dimension. The 6th dimension outscales everything in all of Sonic's entire verse. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. Superman's faster than Sonic.
I hate to be that guy, but moving in the 6th dimension as a cosmological structure outscales everything inside Sonic. I hate to be that guy, but it's true. I have yet to see anything that convincingly throws like Sonic into extraversal tiers of shit. Godsphere has extraversal like arguments. I can't make arguments for extraversal that I've seen legitimately inside Sonic. Sorry, bro. Like, Sonic was able to bring time and space back to his cosmology. Like, that's cool. I'm assuming, like, okay, Godspeed. Let's just highball this shit, okay? Let's say you take everything in the IDW, okay? Let's say Sonic, whenever he was during the events of the Mega Man Sonic crossover, let's say hypothetically that he revived everything in the IDW. I haven't seen everything in the IDW scaling to DC Comics. Even if you take that interpretation, I haven't seen anything getting him there. Just being real, the Speed Force itself outscales anything inside of Sonic, as far as I've seen. Because I'm a real, like, bro, the Speed Force only keeps getting crazier. So, like, rip. Apparently, I'm gonna have to make a video on the Speed Force, bro. Everyone thinks the fucking Speed Force is the Speed Force wall, and that shit is triggering the fuck out of me. Wally is out here fucking running to the source itself and outscaling the fucking source itself with a knife that he made, okay? Yo, if you think that like the Sonic cosmology is on the same scale as like the source itself, look, I'm gonna be real with you. I spent a lot of time reading me some Sonic back in the day. I forgot most of it. I don't think it's there, homie. I ain't seen nothing saying it's on the level of 1S scaling. That's crazy. Let's see. What's up?
I was wondering if the Archie Sonic comics are still probably going on or running. Maybe they're not.
No, I think Archie has stopped canonically.
Damn.
Darkseid and Eclipso versus the whole Justice League versus Doomsday and Parallax. Well, what the fuck? What kind of matchup is that? Hold up, Amaimon Moore. I know that name. That's one of the dipshits inside the Theromax Corps. That's one of my dipshits. What the hell?
Alright, how about yeah, I'm gonna twist this question. A better one. So what about Annihilus from Marvel versus Parallax Al Jordan?
Parallax Al Jordan fucking auto-negs. Name one time Annihilus was threatening all of existence and succeeded. Never.
Yeah.
Okay?
What about
Parallax Al Jordan was empowered by the first crisis, the Crisis on Infinite Earths, on top of being the Parallax, just Parallax in general. Parallax at his weakest was still capable of possessing and defeating Superman on a variety of occasions, okay? That includes Rebirth Superman, okay? You know, the one that was fused? Yeah, sorry, that's a one-shot. What you got next, Jobber? I know I could tell you had another one in the chamber over here.
who moonwalks better, Parallax Al Jordan or Michael Jackson?
Fucking Parallax Al Jordan. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That man moonwalked into the overvoid and said it's 0 hour, bitches. I fucking won.
I can't believe it's an actual panel. That shit's funny as fuck. He moonwalked into the fucking overvoid.
Yo, is my commentary fucking god tier or what? Dude, my commentary is the funniest fucking commentary on the internet, I swear to God.
I can't believe it.
I have the funniest, like, low-key humor on the internet, I swear to God, with my fucking memes. He doesn't know I'm trolling. I mean, If you were trolling with Darkseid and Eclipso versus the entire Justice League, Doomsday, and Parallax Hal Jordan, you already took an L, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Arkham Batman versus Insomniac Spider-Man. I don't know. Do you have, like, an opinion on that, Jobber?
I mean, I guess usually the consensus is, like...
I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be real with you. I don't care about either one of these games.
I think the consensus is, like... I think it's Batman winning. I'm about to rewatch that Crisis video. It's like probably the only one I trust Batman stuff. But
I'm glad you trust Crisis, but that ain't quite for me, bro. I really feel like that matchup is just like a strange one. I feel like the whole point of that matchup is like they're superheroes and they have secret identities. I feel like we're like reaching for the thematics between the matchups between those two, but I never played either game, so I don't have like a boat in the water for that shit. I don't really give a fuck. Yo, Lumos versus 7 shots of alcohol. I would indeed succeed against the 7 shots of alcohol, but I don't know how long I would succeed. That's the real question. Here's a decent discussion. Is realistic Batman getting too boring? Realistic Batman was boring from the fucking get-go. Just being real. See, that was a joke. Because realistic Batman is stupid, okay? Realistic Batman makes no fucking sense. Batman only makes sense when he's walking around with the conceptual gun that can kill Darkseid, alright? Why? Because that's Batman. He always has prep time. He's always got something in the works, no matter who he's fighting against. Is that stupid? To a certain extent, yes, but that's Batman. Batman is ridiculous by definition.
Well, I got a question for you. Okay, this one's like the big one.
I hope so, bro. I'm feeling it over here.
Alright, it's gonna be a real head scratcher. Alright, who do you think wins? It's a team battle.
Okay.
The Avengers, and let's just give them the strongest members, okay? Up against the Justice League.
So, typically, I'd like to preface this with things. The Avengers as a concept is a very vast thing, just like the Justice League as a concept is an incredibly vast thing. My knowledge on the Avengers kind of stops at 2015. So keep in mind, the majority of my knowledge is going to come from like that time frame exactly. So I think the Justice League is probably going to shit on the Avengers whenever it comes to an individual perspective. So like the things that power the figures inside Marvel are strong, especially like Hulk and Thor specifically. I cannot deny that. I would consider Hulk and Thor Justice League or beyond Justice League tier threats, okay? I'm just of like a traditional Justice League. But the problem is the Justice League itself, especially the big boys, the strongest members like Godstorm, Jon Stewart, literally empowered by the Source. Superman, literally stated as like the best embodiment of everything that is hope, positive, strong, everything you could ever imagine. Like, those big figures, they are equal, if not beyond, Thor and Hulk, okay? I think that there are more of those consistently on the Justice League versus on the Avengers. Because when you're on the Avengers, you might have a variety of people like Captain Marvel, Hulk, and Thor, but you also have like Captain Americas and stuff like that. And the Justice League only really has one of those, and it's Batman. And Batman's fucked up as it is, okay? Most of the Avengers are not on Thor or Hulk's tier. Or Captain Marvel's tier. Like, they're really not. So, to me, that traditionally gives an advantage consistently to the Justice League. But that's just my interpretation, and it is a little bit outdated. Just so you know.
Okay. It's a pretty cool fight. I imagine, like, also kind of weird though. It's like, I feel like in order for the fight to be done justice, you gotta like stick with like the main core members of each team and most likely even composite
Like,
them.
dude, what is Wasp doing against Martian Manhunter?
Nothing.
Martian Manhunter is the fucking jobber of the Justice League, okay? Even the biggest jobber on the fucking Justice League looks at the jobbers of, like, the Avengers and is like, bro, you are like 10 tiers below me. Like, Martian Manhunter at his prime is like fucking up Perpetua, okay? Even if you think that was kind of her game, bro, he's like in those ranges. That dude has full power over the collective unconscious at his most powerful. It's like laughable to think some of the weaker members of the consistent Justice League are going to be comparable to the weaker members of the consistent Avengers. And to be fair, that's something that the Avengers do, I think, better than the Justice League, is they consistently have like street tier heroes who are helping out. Like those Spider-Man-esque characters who were literally just out there helping the people on the Justice League. Yeah. Or on the Avengers. And that doesn't bode well for them in the long term, right?
What if we give like the Avengers like Sentry? Like, would that help against Superman? Like,
I think we would be approaching adding like another person contextually that would matter. Like Sentry would be like an Avenger who matters. But the problem with the Sentry is almost never consistently an Avenger, unless you're talking about the Dark Avengers, which is like a crew of evil people. Like, the Sentry kind of just does his own thing. But even if I add Sentry to that list, especially with the cosmic significance that he has within the confines of Marvel, you're just adding one more person, like Hulk or Thor, on that list of, like, really powerful figures. That's not enough to make up for, like, some of these other figures, right?
Yeah.
Wasp, or, like, Captain America, or, like, Hawkeye. Like, Green Arrow is not a consistent Justice League member. If Hawkeye's on that team, name a person on the Justice League Hawkeye is defeating. I'll wait. Of, like, the consistent Justice League members, not, like, random fucking losers.
Maybe Green Arrow?
Green Arrow's not a consistent Justice League member. Unironically, he's not.
That's a good question, then. Fuck.
So, like, is he throwing hands with... Okay, the Trinity? Definitely not. Okay, is he throwing hands with Captain Atom? The guy who can traverse the time stream and threaten the time stream? Probably not. Okay? I think that's pretty fair.
Like, does his fairest fight babies like Batman, maybe?
Yeah, I'll agree with that. His fairest fight is Batman, and he's not defeating Batman.
He's Batman.
He's fucking Batman. Batman keeps up with Superman and the Trinity. The guy consistently has comics where he's keeping in line with the Trinity. But even if you think he defeats him, that's okay. But there's no other Batman on the Justice League. You consistently have people like Wasp, Ant-Man. Oh, fuck, who were we just talking about? Hawkeye, right? Like, the really goony characters who, to be fair, have good scaling at random moments, but are consistently not like Hulk and Thor tier. That's like Justice League tier, in my opinion. Those are like the really scary characters. Oh, holy fuck, dude. Hold on, I gotta answer some of these, fan questions, and I think I actually gotta call it tonight. I didn't realize it was like fucking 12:30 already. Holy shit. Okay, so let's look at some of this shit. Heck, what are they gonna do against Power Love Spider-Man? Not sure, but Power Love Spider-Man isn't an Avenger, just like Spider-Man isn't an Avenger consistently, so probably nothing. And Power Love Spider-Man is cool, but if I take extreme versions of other characters, like Cosmic Armor Superman, I can find the same levels of stupid narrative, like, ability, right? So, like, taking one extreme version of one of the Avengers isn't like an end game, right? Because DC has those as well. Lumos, what are the Justice League going to do against Scarlet Witch and Thor, who scaled to the degree of all things? As far as I'm aware, neither of those, or neither, specifically Thor does not scale to the degree of all things. But even if that is the case, scaling to a character who scales above creation, wow, that's kind of crazy. If only the Justice League had a feat where they tanked a threat that literally destroyed all of creation, and then had several arcs of characters scaling against them that scaled beyond creation, and they won. So Godspeed Force, like, you're asking what they're gonna do about that? They've already done that. Donald Duck versus Nightwing. Donald Duck beats the shit out of Nightwing. Just so we're on the same page.
Wait, so actually, wait a minute. That's actually an interesting question. Wait a minute. So, if Scarlet Witch is here, I guess fighting against the...
Oh, and hold up. That Scarlet Witch shit, she lost all those amps after that. She was amped for that battle. So that's not even baseline Scarlet Witch. That's Scarlet Witch with amps. So don't even consider that baseline.
I was about to say, like, what would the... I wonder how the Justice League would counter, like, I guess Scarlet Witch saying just no more Justice League.
She would say no more Justice League, wave her hands, and the multiverse verbatim wouldn't let that happen. Or worse yet, the multiverse would just bring them back irregardless. Because that's how strong the concepts of the characters inside DC are. The metaverse will bring them back, as we saw in Doomsday Clock. So that shit won't work against those figures. They already have narrative resistances against those concepts. And also, Godspeed Force, you say you are assuming DC's cosmology is great as Marvel's. I think they're pretty comparable. The problem is, even in their crossovers, they already acknowledge the fact that Marvel characters can be as strong as DC heroes. The problem is most of them are dog shit and nowhere near scaling in comparison to DC characters. You can check the DC versus Marvel crossovers for context on that. Yeah, I've been drunk for like 30 minutes, guys. This is not a surprise, okay? You guys were already made aware of this before I even started. The worst part is even though I'm drunk, I'm still creating arguments that are destroying half the people in chat. That's the crazy part.
Damn. Alright, have a Lumos question. Okay, Naruto, right? Let's say the strongest versus Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker is probably shredding up everything I've seen inside Naruto or Boruto thus far. The extreme hacks of like Luke Skywalker towards the end of like the novels and shit are just way too extreme. The man freely teleports across like the universe. Palpatine was like throwing fucking black holes that could absorb entire solar systems, like casually across the universe. And Luke was capable of like fighting and negging threats on this level. It's pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn.
Yes, I fully agree with them statements, Lumos. That's fair, but you didn't provide anything reasonable as to why you disagree with them. It's cool you disagree, but you have to have like... Notice how whenever I discussed those things, I gave like, even while drunk, reasonable reasons as to why they suck and like why the arguments are bad. If I'm beating you while drunk, that's an L on your part, not mine. Okay, so you can disagree, but you're disagreeing based on nothing, as far as I've seen. So feel free to like create a good argument in the chat over here. Yo, Sonic X was great. You're fucking right, Lost Soul. Sonic X was fucking amazing. Too bad the third season never made it to like fucking America, bro. The third season was fucking god tier. They went into space and started doing really crazy shit. Complete misfortune. What else you got for me, Jobber? You better hurry, bro. I'm reaching the limits of my capability. 1 o'clock, I gotta stop this shit. So I'm giving you 20 more minutes to ask the most baller questions. I'm never on my channel drunk. How are you guys not asking me good questions right now? This is crazy. I expected to be on here drunk and you guys actually like start slamming me with good questions.
Okay. Magneto versus Sinestro.
Magneto versus Sinestro. This is a tough one, bro, because Magneto faces some pretty... I would have to research Magneto to be honest about this one. Because Magneto's ability to manipulate the electromagnetic, the electromagnetic,
Wait,
like polarity.
Polarity?
Yeah, like polarity of existence. the emotional spectrum is tied into the electromagnetic spectrum. I'd be curious to see how those two power sets kind of like combine, coalesce, and work with one another. I would imagine that Sinestro's control of like fear itself is probably greater than like Magneto's control over the emotional spectrum, or Magneto's control over the electromagnetic spectrum. But honestly, with how much content that Magneto has in general, I probably would have to read up to be 100 on that, because he's had a few interesting encounters with like the Phoenix, as well as other figures who are like really powerful. And to me, that makes me question exactly where the extent of that ends. And I'm a little bit uncomfortable knowing where one ends and the other doesn't. So, yeah, I would have to research more on that to feel 100% confident. My gut feeling tells me Sinestro, because Magneto is a man of fear after all, but I don't know 100%, and that's tough.
Okay.
Also, Godspeed Force, you say, again, I'm assuming DC's creation, which is everything from Ori to the Source Wall, is comparable to Marvel, which is the microverse, the Toa Realm. No, I'm not assuming that. I'm assuming that the entirety of Marvel's cosmology is equivocal to the entirety of DC's cosmology, and every single scalar I actually trust with any of that has kind of confirmed that a variety of times. So I'll admit, I'm not the most studied whenever it comes to Marvel, but I don't rely on solely my opinion whenever it comes to that, because I'm not the most adept Marvel scaler. I reach out to other people about that content, because I'm not as well versed in that. And the fact that you're saying right now that you think that I think Ori to Source Wall would be comparable to Marvel, which is microverse to Toa Realm, is pretty exemplary of that in general. The fact that, like, I'm talking about the totality of their cosmologies, not just like their multiverses. HQ says, I'll be honest. If I decided to actually debate you, I'd lose. I am that much of a research lacking person when it comes to being in the zone. I don't even think I have a zone. HQ, it's not about having your zone or anything like that. Well, I don't know. I guess to a certain extent, maybe it is. But I think truth is the important thing to search out for. And zones, I guess, that maybe you should concern yourself with more is just like the truth and seeking out the truth. So there's a lot of people out there who will just like throw shit your way. Like, I think research a lot of times is like the fourth or fifth thing on people's mind. It's the first thing on my mind, but I don't think the average person considers that like at all. Just being honest. Even like major like YouTube channels, I don't feel like really consider research like heavy at all. So you saying you don't have a zone, I don't think most people have a zone at all. Most notorious YouTubers do. So don't let that limit you. Scarlet Witch also fought someone that surpasses Chaos King and Lord Chaos, which Chaos would destroy the 8th Cosmos Eternity. That's true, except for she was amped during that whole thing, so not entirely true. She lost that amp immediately after that event, so big rip. So she basically wasn't that powerful. Imagine if I said Superman in base was Cosmic Armor Superman level because at one point in time he was Cosmic Armor Superman. That would be silly, right? I say Superman is stronger than Cosmic Armor Superman because in base form he's produced feats that are greater than Cosmic Armor Superman's, provably. So it is what it is.
Use what it is. Oh, wait, okay. How about... Alright. Let me almost the greatest question of all time, okay?
Oh, greatest question of all time. Yo, you guys don't hear this elsewhere? Like and subscribe. Y'all hear this shit right now. He's asking me the greatest question of all fucking time, okay? So, you don't get this anywhere else. That's all I'm saying.
Alright, so Hal Jordan, let's say as strong as most willful currently, up against Cosmic Armor Superman. Who do you have winning?
Hal Jordan currently versus Cosmic Armor Superman.
And that is most like willful, most powerful.
So look, I I do a lot of shitting on Cosmic Armor Superman, but weirdly enough, I think I'm one of the strangest, like, Cosmic Armor Superman defenders, weirdly enough. I actually do a lot of Cosmic Armor Superman defending. So, like, Hal Jordan's greatest feats in the current moment is fighting people who are literally empowered by the source itself. So, like, as much as people want to jerk off Cosmic Armor Superman, Cosmic Armor Superman never fought anybody who was empowered by the source itself. Just being real. He fought a corrupted 152nd of, like, the original Monitor Marnovu. Was he stronger than any of the other pieces? Yeah. Was he stronger than most people in the multiverse, even in that 152nd of a, like, an aspect? Yeah. But, like, Hal Jordan defeated that version of Mandrak, unironically, that was, to be fair, lesser than the version of Mandrak that Cosmic Armor Superman fought. I think that idiot's name was, Roxogama. Yeah, he defeated, like, him and a few other Lanterns while, like, on 0% battery, like, one-tapped Roxogama. That was, like, way back in the day. The current version of Hal Jordan is, like, infinitely superior to that version of Roxogama. So, yeah, he'd, like, one-tap, like, pretty safely. Now, if you believe the original version of Mandrak that came from the Overvoid was, like, far stronger than Roxogama, which I feel like is super fair, we require a little bit more evidence, okay? And I think the current shit with, like, Hal Jordan fighting against people who are literally empowered by source energies from the new central power battery, source energies themselves are, like, really abstract in terms of what they could represent, because that could be all connective energies, that could be all negative energies, or all crisis energies, or that could be both. So, like, if Hal's defeating people weaponizing those powers, you could put Hal on a level beyond those things. Anything source-oriented would be infinitely superior to, like, monitors, or anything that could come from an aspect of a monitor, or the entire monitor. Because, as you know, Perpetua created all of the monitors from, like, aspects of the Overvoid, which was created by the original source, and Perpetua was handed all those source energies by the source itself so that she could create the entire multiverse. So, like, no matter how you look at it, like, Hal's gonna have scaling to be beyond, pretty much, like, Mandrak and Cass for the time being. And if you think that's ridiculous, just as, like, God, as much as I've disagreed with the Godspeed Force in this conversation, he's right. Practically everyone surpasses Cass now, because power creep is real inside of DC Comics, and as time goes on, people just have more and more dangerous and powerful feats, and they just climb to a level of, honestly, absurdity, because now we have Justice League members actively scaling to source energies themselves, and large quantities of those source energies, kind of like the battery that John Stewart created, and that's what started every single thing here. Let's see. Give me a feat that compares to 8th Cosmos Eternity from a DC character. Yo, Godspeed Force, I have a bunch of them. Yo, remember that time that Superman exploded a structure that was the size of the entire multiverse on the entire Justice League, and every single one of them survived? Cosmoses are the size of multiverses. Superman, whenever he attacked World Forger, blew up something the size of the entire multiverse. Damn. I guess you were right when you said everybody practically surpasses Cass, because all those figures outscaled creation with their durability feats in that moment. I guess even your scaling confirms that. Glad you're on the same page as I am, Godspeed Force.
Damn.
Yo, the multiverse itself doesn't compare to 8th Cosmos Eternity. Yo, that's pretty funny. 8th Cosmos Eternity still is the multiverse within the context of, like, Marvel's multiverse. The 9th Cosmos Eternity is superior. That's what the people are messing with now. That's like me saying that people are powerful because they fucked up post-crisis. Well, yeah, they're powerful because they fucked up post-crisis, but guess what? We're past post-crisis, homie. We're like 10 layers past fucking post-crisis, alright? We have whole layers that didn't exist back then. Eighth Eternity is strong, but he's not the strongest of all time or anything. This man says the source. Oh, hit me with it. What you got over there, Jobber?
I'm gonna ask a more philosophical question.
Uh-oh, he's hitting me with philosophy while I'm drunk. Let's go. Is
Sinestro evil?
You're only asking this because you know I have a video in the works about it, you sick fuck. Sinestro being evil is a really interesting question. I'm gonna have a whole video on this shit down the way. And Sinestro being evil is super subjective because his concept of evil, I think, is very different than like the average person's evil. And the concept of fear in DC, I think, is really misunderstood because everyone assumes will is positive and fear is negative, but everyone forgets simultaneously that Sinestro utilizing will caused a lot of fear. Okay? The will can be just as evil as fear is. Only because the Guardians cast it as negative does it consistently appear as negative due to our interpretation. That's all I'm going to say. I'll save the rest for that video.
Alright.
Holy fuck, Godspeed Force. There's no way you think that the Ace Cosmos scaling to exospace, which scales above the superflow, which surpasses Dormammu's Dark Dimension in Asgard, the fact that you think that is more impressive than the entire fucking DC multiverse is hilarious. Yo, he says Asgard is high outerversal and transcends every single universe in Marvel, which all of them are trans-infinite in size and in infinite stacking spatial dimensions. Do you think that outscales the Marvel DC multiverse? That is hilarious. You are making me laugh a whole bunch on the inside. I'm just too drunk to recognize physically laughing, okay? I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll laugh at how hilarious that content is. That you think that being high outer outscales Marvel cosmology. How are you a fan of my channel and you haven't come across that yet? That's crazy, bro. I love you, Godspeed, but Godspeed on you finding a good opinion whenever it comes to that matchup. That's insane. This is what I need to do more often. I need to go just like 100% because I feel like I'm a really nice guy, but I'm way too nice to people. Yo, Godspeed, you said you're not done. Can you give me an argument that's good to start with rather than starting with the lowest bullshit possible so we slowly but surely step up, in your opinion, to like 17 other arguments and like waste my time? Can you give me a good argument to start with versus a bunch of bad arguments? I like good arguments personally. I'm not assuming you're done. I'm just assuming you gave a good argument so far because you would have started with the best arguments first. So hit me with a good argument. What have you been watching recently, Jobber? I know you're a big fan of cartoons and shit. What you been watching?
Me?
Yeah, you and me always talk about like fucking cartoons and shit, bro. Nobody knows about your hardcore cartoon scan. Look, I'm the only motherfucker who talks about JobberGodot and his fucking Steven Universe scaling, okay? I'm the only man who reps you whenever it comes to that. Where you at?
Honestly, I feel like all the cartoons, the good ones, they're gone now. Like, they're just ended, and I was like, well, dang, there's not much to really... I guess I can watch, like, I don't know, Digital Circus on YouTube or something.
That's fair. And speaking of gone now, Godspeed Force's arguments are clearly gone. Because he says, yeah, the 8th Cosmos scales above practically all of DC without any evidence, even though I debunked everything he said leading up to this moment. So, like, come on now. You gotta be watching something. What are you watching? Even if it's not cartoons, what you watching? Hit me with something actually good. Don't tell me you've just been on the Death Battle server this whole fucking time. I know you've been past that Death Battle server. Come on now.
I mean, it's really... I guess we're watching some Steven Universe and Gravity Falls. They just really suck. I'm like, dang, gotta be some new ones out here.
Yo, Lost Soul says, if y'all seen Jackie Chan Adventures, Jackie Chan Adventures is fucking lit, okay? Jackie Chan Adventures is fucking awesome. And I don't care what anybody says, Uncle is fucking God tier, okay? Jackie! He says every 5 seconds, bro. Uncle is fucking God tier in that series. That man hardcore carries that entire franchise. Let's face it. I'm sorry, continue.
Huh? I wasn't saying it. I don't know.
Sorry, I gotta rep Jackie Chan Adventures, especially if it's Uncle, alright? That's just how it goes. That was my favorite shows in the 2000s, bro, with Jackie Chan Adventures. Because at the end of every single episode, they do that shit where they break away from the animation, and it was just a live action interview with Jackie Chan, and he would answer fan mail, and Jackie Chan always had like the best fucking answers to that shit. It was God tier. That would be something I wouldn't mind scaling out that nobody would ever watch, but only I would be interested in. Is scaling out all of Jackie Chan Adventures, I swear to God.
Jackie Chan Adventures.
I wouldn't mind doing a comp Jackie Chan, like versus someone in the death battle. I think that shit would be lit. How far do you think comp Jackie Chan is? That's all I'm saying.
That's the question right there. How high does a comp Jackie Chan get? Bro, he's gonna be cooking, I'm not gonna lie.
Jackie Chan Adventures got it, bro. They had like higher dimensions and shit. That shit got a little bit wild if memory serves right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what the hell was that dragon's name? Oh, fuck. What the hell was like the major op inside that verse? Fuck. Shendu? Shoot. Fuck, what the hell was that dude's name? I'm pretty sure it was Shendu. Shendu. It was something. It was something along those lines. That dude was fucking badass, bro. I really like that villain. Let's see if they remember here. One more thing! Facts. Yo, Shaolin Showdown versus Jackie Chan? Yo, Jackie Chan one taps. Okay? Jackie Chan fucking one taps. Not even close. Asgard is already high out reversal as it transcends every single universe of Marvel, which all of them have trans-infinite size. Why do you... Godspeed Force, why do you make it sound like that's impressive inside DC? Bro, that's not even Godsphere shit.
Yep.
High-end Godsphere is extraversal scaling. Why in the hell are you saying Asgard is high out reversal and so it outscales the DC multiverse? You're coping right now. It's crazy.
Biggest cope in mankind.
It's something like that. Like, I don't understand what the goal is there.
Unless you're like, well, this person hit themselves in the head with a shovel.
What?
I don't know what to do.
The outside is beyond the exospace superflow, which views the concepts of time, space, dualities as narrative. Man, if only the Godsphere had that level of scaling. Crazy. Godspeed Force. I never thought I'd say that to one of my viewers in chat. You need to watch more of my content. That's crazy. If you think like the Godsphere does not scale time as like narratively, you are missing out on a lot of DC scaling, bro. I'm just saying. As a longtime viewer of mine, bro, you need to have better DC arguments. Like, you can't be running around saying you're a big big Theromax Corps member if you don't even have like high out reversal Godsphere. Come on, homie. This is Theromax Corps. We need better than that. Please show me a scan where the Godsphere views these things as narratives. Dude, the Bleed views every time stream as a narrative. The Godsphere is conceptually beyond that. I can't show you. Actually, I can, because the fucking Godsphere literally viewed all of existence is fucking bubbles that existed inside them, which were narratives they could freely manipulate. I can show you that. I'm just saying there's structures below that can demonstrate that. You travel through the bleed, and it's like you're watching a bunch of fucking TVs that you can enter at any point in time during the show. Bro, that's the most blatant... That's the most blatant level of transcendence you got, bro. Like... Limbo views not those things as narratives. It views as everything, even in the God sphere, like, conceptually as a narrative. The God sphere views the narratives of stories inside the multiverse. So, yeah, but that's like two things removed from where you want to be. Limbo views the narratives of things that everyone forgot conceptually. So yeah, it would be beyond, it would be a layer beyond conceptually viewing down at the concepts of space and time. So it's like another layer removed beyond even where the God sphere is at. Where is the edge of all located? I don't fucking know. The edge of all, can you be more specific? Because there's like, the edge of all could mean a different variety of things dependent on who's claiming it, right? Like New Gods would claim the edge of all is like the source wall. But like Hands would consider like the edge of all like the end of the overvoid leading into the great darkness. So it just kind of depends.
Hey Lumos, what do you think about people like copying and pasting like arguments and just posting it multiple times, just like different types, just different videos?
I think the worst thing you can do conceptually is try and argue someone else's point, because whenever this happens a lot to like fans of mine, right? Whenever they roll up to somebody else's server and they're like, "Well, Lumos sure said that the DC multiverse is super mega superversal, right? So like, you're a fucking idiot because you don't believe the same thing as Lumos." And they're like, "Oh yeah, well why does Lumos believe that?" And I feel like sometimes people have issues like answering that question. Look, you guys can use me as a reference point. I am a reference point to use. I only use those arguments because I can navigate them appropriately. It's hard to navigate the arguments I use appropriately because it requires so much knowledge. Not everyone who listens to my arguments is going to be capable of arguing those same arguments to the tier at which I can argue against those things. Hold up. What was your point again? I totally lost myself. I read something over here and I was like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. There's no way someone posted that. So I had to follow back up. What would you say?
No, I mean, just like imagine though, like let's say like you have like 3 Green Lantern videos, and then like in all 3 of those videos, like a commenter, like you just copy and paste, like, you know, I think you're underrating like Alien Max, and he just goes to Scuba, I don't know, beats Scott Jordan. He just like does it like to each, and he just posts that same comment to your 3 like recent How Jordan videos, like, videos. Like, what do you even think about that person?
Nothing, because I don't waste my time with random dipshits in my comment section, bro. If I stopped and paid attention to every fucking random fucking Potato Town 3000 commenter, then I would never make content. There's going to be a lot of dipshits out there who all feel really confident about their opinions, but like, that's cool, but 99% of the time there's no substantive like claims following it, right? Like, for example, Godspeed Force down here says, when it comes to planes of existence, Marvel has more than DC, except for the fact that they both have infinite spatial dimensions. They both have planes that exist beyond those infinite spatial dimensions, right? Like, I can argue those because I have the experience of actually sitting down, reading both of these verses, having the knowledge to actually engage with these materials. Other people taking my arguments and utilizing them without the knowledge is like taking a math test that involves multiplication and addition, but you were only ever taught addition, but you heard about multiplication. You're not going to be able to do it. You might understand certain aspects of it, but not all of it, right?
Right.
Yggdrasil exists on every plane of existence in Marvel, and Thor was able to beat Donald Blake, who had the power of Yggdrasil. That's cool. So does every single power set that exists in DC. What's your point? Godspeed Force, what's your point? The emotional spectrum exists on every plane of existence in DC. The Speed Force exists on every single plane of DC. The collective unconscious exists on every single plane of DC. The dimensional superstructure exists on every single plane of DC. And most DC characters have threatened at least one of these structures. So why are you jerking off Yggdrasil when every single DC character has a structure they can scale to that scales equivocally to that? I don't understand your point there. You take no one else's arguments but your very own. Thank you very much. That's fair. I want you to just make like good arguments though, like for the conversation. And to be fair, this is like the same. This is exactly how I treat anybody like in the Discord that we sit in, right? Like, I'm not saying you're taking anybody else's arguments. I'm just saying you haven't presented a good argument yet.
It's getting pretty late for me though. I'm gonna need to pop off.
You about to hit the end? Okay, well, you know what? I might actually wind up doing the same because I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty lit as fuck, and I also gotta call it good because I work tomorrow. So you guys, if that's the case, I don't know what you got on the way out, Jobber. Hit us with something sexy over there.
Joker slams GER. Hope you guys. I hope GR fans get help in the psychiatric ward, and that's about it.
Oh hell yeah! What's the next video, Jobber? Hit us with it.
Honestly, well, it's probably gonna be like either Trish or Scatter, Invincible versus Steven, and
Really?
yeah, but most likely I'm just gonna be streaming next, though. Probably soon, maybe. Who knows?
Damn! Look at Jobber over here making moves. Well, if that's the case, that's fucking hype, dude. And I'm sure I'll throw it out there for you. But with no further ado, I guess we'll call it here. Don't you guys work too hard out there. I'm glad you guys got to sit back and hang out with us as we chilled late in the night with Lumos and Jobber. So we'll catch you next time, Lanterns. And don't forget, Godspeed Force, you may have not conceded yet, but you still have yet to make a good point. And we'll catch you next time, Lanterns. Later.
Later. Alright. I'm heading out. Almost have a good night.
Hey, you too, bro. Don't work too hard now.
Yep. Later.
Later. Yo. Last minute, I ain't gonna lie, I'm having problems finding the damn stream. Yo, this is where I'm at right now. So if you get to hear this last little bit, this is exactly what you get to deal